All right, here we are. We're back. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our late night Pokemon card stream. It's like we never stopped. It's got the same table. All right. We'll grab the menu. We got so much stuff on that menu, you know, and it's interesting because we don't sell most of that stuff every single night. Let's go ahead and hit refresh. Like Crimson Haze, for example. How much Crimson Haze do we sell in a week? Let's grab this. Okay. Okay, we're popping this open. All right. Very good. PokePitch is here first. Oh, yes, PokePitch. The guy whose slabs I didn't grab. He said, don't forget my slabs. All right, hold on. Let me grab some tags. Ta-da! And now for the title. What was the title from the last video? Tag grading return. Should I grade with tag grading? Let's see. So we're going to jump over and make that a similar title tonight, but it's going to be a little bit different. Tag grading return and new vintage pack breaks. And what's today's? It's Wednesday night. It's Wensleydale night. Hello, hello, says PDX. What's up, Mr. PDX? Scooby-Doo. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Why crypto markets are volatile right now? Could it be because Donald Trump keeps saying the U.S. is going to buy something? Ta-da! Let's jump over here. Here. We're going live for Wednesday night. Ta-da! Okay, I've done it. I've done the thing. I've done that thing as well. I think we're ready. Look at this old message. Man, I get all these messages. All right, we're going to click unread. Rigo, Berto, Gil, one spot in the English Team Rocket break. Thank you, mister. That's the first order of the night. All right, and also I got my slabs in today. Not just the tag slabs, but some that I purchased. What do we got? That's me. Wow, wait a second. Can't be doing that. Let's go ahead and pull this. Tossing that up there. Let's throw this away. All right. Dratini die cut. I don't know if I like the way that's held. Oh, well, I guess the edges are safe. That's all that matters. Any new cards? False. Only fake old cards. Did you see the video on YouTube of the dude with pushed the tag case with his thumb and it cracked? No, you should not grade with tag. The cases can get cracked with one finger. Here we go. We've got Gengar. I've been around for so long in the hobby that I remember people doing the same exact thing with other slabs. So you can just take a lot of slabs and pressure them, and you know you can start to break them out of their holder. That's because all holders are basically just pieces of plastic that have been vibrated together by a machine. That's what encapsulation is. So they're not made out of like glass or cement or like super glue. It's really just like two pieces of plastic that have vibrated together. All right, here we are. Very nice. Good. Thoughts on Trump's speech to Congress? Millions and millions. Pretty good, huh? I don't think much happened. It was an impressively long speech, but it was basically just him recounting what he'd done so far and pushing the same ideas he'd pushed during his campaign. So you either loved it or you hated it. I do think one highlight was when he talked about some of the waste that they discovered. Elon Musk is a very hated man now by the Democrat Party because he's playing for the other team. But they uncovered some truly crazy things we were paying for in other countries, like, I guess, all kinds of, like, what's fascinating. You know, I think that what Donald Trump did is he sort of painted a picture of what the Conservative Party is about versus what the Democrat Party is about. So his picture for the Conservative Party is that it's about security, the rule of law, and money. Definitely money, right? Like he wants these mineral rights in Ukraine, and he wants Greenland, which has mineral rights, and he wants the Panama Canal because he wants to control shipping, and he would love for Canada to join us, and he wants to have Gaza, and he wants to have blah, blah, blah. So he's about money. And so he wants rule of law, he wants people following the law, and he wants money. That's the Conservative Party. The Democrat Party is a very different party. They are most interested in probably, I guess, DEI, which is sort of like equity, right? Equity is where everyone's sort of forced to be equal with each other. There's another word for that. We've had a word for that for a very long time. It's called communism. So the Democrat Party is about wealth redistribution, higher taxes, and DEI, which is just the new word for communism, in my opinion. And so I'm not a big fan of that. It never really works. That always bankrupts your country eventually somehow. So obviously I don't fall into that party. But yeah, so that's what I'm starting to see. You're seeing what the government pushed in those other countries through U.S. aid was typically something like equal rights for women, or equal rights for LGBTQ, or, just something like that. It was always something like that being pushed in these other countries with your taxpayer dollars. I find that kind of stuff is super inappropriate, right? Like, what if those cultures and what if those countries don't even like that stuff? But we're like putting our fingers in the pie saying, you have to be that way because we're giving money to your opposition to push these ideas. Sort of like meddling in the ideologies, the philosophies, the religious morals of other cultures. And maybe that's not a great way to spend our taxpayer dollars. Like, you can do that as a philanthropist, but America's broke. We're not philanthropists. We have $32 trillion of debt. How can we afford this? So I thought that was a real highlight of his speech, the difference of the two parties. Conservatives focus on balancing the budget, becoming wealthy, versus Democrats spending on basically social politics, social identity politics. And so, Democrats have to respond to that somehow, and I'm interested to hear how they respond. Lorenzo Shrub, tag English Sleeping EV10 and 10 packs of Paldea Evolved English. So I don't know if I have any more of those EVs. They were very popular. I don't know if I have any more of them, but I might have another one. So let's get around to those. All right, here we are. How many people in line for the openings? How's it going, Mr. MC? Probably nobody so far other than Lorenzo Shrub. Let's get around to these open. What do you guys think of that assessment? Some abusive dads in this country believe in equal rights and equal lefts. That's messed up. All right. Abusive dads. All right, we got a primate. He got a 9. Sad. Vulpix 10. We'll take that. Does that Dragonite say 100,000? It really does. He's on sale for $100,000. It's a nice down payment on a home, if you ask me. I can't even read the tag label. Now this got an 8. That sucks. Meowth. God, dude. Brutal. Wasted a lot of money trying to grade these 3 cards right here. That's a lot of money wasted. That's how grading works. You think you make tons of money grading, but if you're only making a little bit of profit on the 10s, like this is a $60 10, and then you got all these 9s and 8s, you're breaking even almost. You need most of your submission to be a 10. PSA is way more clear. I can't even read the tag label. I don't know what to tell you, man. Tag's popular. Sorry, PSA fans. One of the reasons we chose tag grading for this round, tag grading is blowing up in my keyword search bar. That's it. It's a keyword move. So we've got this Master Ball Dusclops. It's called Dusclops Supremacy. He is the best Pokemon. You guys didn't realize it, but he's the only mummy Pokemon with a little hypnosis eye and 2 hands to grab your booty with, your girl's booty. Let's go ahead and grab this card here. This is going to be 60. Squeeze that 8 slab, mister. Why do you grade cheap cards? I find, it's not that I could never get a hold of more expensive cards, but I find that there are people who do not want to buy a $100, $200, $300, $400, $1,000 slab. They're really interested in a high-end $50 slab, something that's good but affordable, right? Like this guy's good but affordable. I'm going to guess most of these are bad because of the centering. This guy has an impression on the back. He deserves the 8. All right. He's a good giveaway slab, though. First-time buyer. That's a good first-time buyer slab. Because he deserves the 8. There's no question. Wonder what happened to him. I wonder if I just missed that when I was sending these in. I do remember appraising these. I was going a little fast. I'm always going a little fast. So I don't have that much time. They're bad because it's graded by tag. I'm doing my part. I always like that mouth guard. All right, how about this? This is a 9. What went wrong here? Somebody just sent $38. Oh, for prismatic. Cool. I think there's a scratch on the card right here. Honestly, I don't remember there being a scratch on the card. I wonder if there's ever a chance that the people who get your card are the ones who have heard it. I'm such a tag fanboy, long-term hodl. Well, I'll buy anything. Tag, CGC, AGS, you know, whatever in between. All these different companies exist. Because I'm not always buying the company. I'm buying the card. The card inside has to be truly a 10. Off-centering, maybe left to right. If there's off-centering on the back of the card that cost a 9, then I feel like the card needs to go to PSA and be tested to see if it turns into a PSA 10. All right, I want to see how this one graded. So this one has a little scratch in the back. The Meowth has an actual indentation. What's interesting about that, an indentation might have been a lower grade with PSA. All right, I'm going to their website. Let's see what they have to say about why it graded 9. Centering. No, that's not it. Okay, defects identified. A ding on the upper left corner. Is that really a ding? Let's zoom in. I feel like that's just the natural curvature of the card. Well, they're really harsh on the whole ding thing. I don't know if I agree with that. So I saw the centering on the card, and it actually was within the range of a 10 for the centering. They're claiming that that up there is a ding. I don't know. These old cards, that's kind of natural on them. They just kind of have this natural curve to them. I don't know, dude. I guess. I kind of think that that's very borderline. This one I rank as borderline. Ain't nobody squeezing their tag slabs anymore. Yeah, you guys keep saying that. If we find one that's graded real bad, where I'm like real low, we'll try cracking it with just a finger or something. You guys are saying you can crack it with just a finger, huh? I don't know how much I believe that. Let's get these priced real fast, and then we'll move on. So we have a Jim Vulpix. Japanese. Hopefully not cheap, because again, you got to make your money back on all this, because grading's not free. Takes so many tries to get 110. What's interesting is I don't even see one of these for sale. I see the other artwork. So the other artwork This one over here with the Pokeball in the mouth, $200. Oh my God. That's too high, isn't it? Let me check sold. Oh, one of these did sell back at the beginning of February for $100. And now there's just none for sale. So I get to kind of do my own price. But that's a confirmed sale at $100. And that was at the beginning of the month, and there's no more. I think this could sell for $125, so we're going to run $125 on it. You guys, when you enter those vintage breaks and you pull one of these common cards, you really got to look at the quality on it, because you might make your money back on the vintage card, on a common and uncommons. And these two, really sad these didn't get 10s. You know, I actually picked through a lot of cards. Cracking slabs by hand. Mister, you should be a pro with that by now. Well, I am. I've cracked a lot of slabs by hand. Haunter, Jim, Japanese. Okay. All right. So this card, we're going to put $34 on it. Not in a tag slab. Okay. Primate. This is my first time ordering. I've watched your streams for a while. Hopefully Prismatic has some heat. Ah, yes. Traumatic Evolutions. Prepare to cry. Well, thank you for making your first time order. You're going to get a free slab. Did you know that? There is no Primate. Brock's Primate. There is not one for sale. Let me check sold. And none undersold, which I kind of suspected. My guess is people aren't spending a lot of time grading this card. This is a very cool card. So since I have no competition and it's so cool, let's make it $39. There it is. Okay, so we got a couple new slabs up on the table. So you have these two Dusclopses. They're both Master Ball 10s from Terra Festival. Dusclops is a favorite Pokemon of mine, if you didn't know that. Not the evolution of him. Dusknoir sucks. They should have stopped at Dusclops. So there you go. Dusclops. Superior. That's why you hodl. Von Doom card is now 100K. Well, there is I know that there is a recorded sale. Well, not recorded, but a known sale of him at 32,000. But there's only 5 of them. And one of the things about that Dragonite is just no more of them are being found. Nobody's finding any more of those Dragonites. So that's a good sign for me. It's a bearish sign. So Lorenzo, let me put you down for $120 because I've not seen another one of those EVs, but we're going to have an EV break, okay? All right, if I find another one, it's all yours. What's the quality of the slab? Heard a few bad things about it. Really like the idea of the company. Seems fine to me. I grade with a lot of companies, and the amount of glazing that some of the companies get is ridiculous compared to others. So, like, if you find problems with tag, is like a lot of the companies have problems, okay? Trust me, they've all done stuff. They've all have a history of making mistakes or like faulty slabs or ruining your card. They all do it. It's just a business. But PSA is really the go-to. It's really obvious. PSA is the winner. PSA have been doing it so long and so many slabs are graded with PSA. PSA is the winner. So those are the new breaks. Jump in them. They just started. The new breaks. 10 Paldea evolved. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We were selling Paldea Evolved yesterday, and we're talking about the shocking price on the Magic Carpet, $1,400. And I want to go order another box of Paldea Evolved so that we can see how the price is working. Glazing Mister is woke. What are you talking about, dude? They call me the woke economist. Okay, and what's our price look like on these? Paldea Evolved, all right. I really like Paldea Evolved a lot. I think it's going to be valuable in the future. All right. We're buying 2 fresh boxes of Paldea Evolved to keep our stock high on these. Okay, and I'm supposed to raise the price to $10, but we're going to leave it actually at $9. So I'm going to take a lower cut on these. We just like it a lot. It's a great set. I want to see more of it open. I'm going to pull another magic card. Ready? Wow, no notification. Really? Did anyone else not get a notification? We're at 100 viewers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just keep my 120 as store credit for now. 7, 8, sure. Do you want me to, if I find another Eevee, do you want me to spend it on that? There we go. Good. Call of Legends is here, guys. A very desirable set with shiny Pokemon in it. There's shiny Pokemon in this set. That's why it's so expensive. Quaxley. Ooh. How nice. Discord notification worked. Yeah. If you guys are in our Discord server, I notify people when I go live. You need a 16 Pro Max. You're talking about our cell phone? We are. What does 571010 mean? That's referring to a booster pack break. There's 10 spots, $57 per spot. That's how much it costs to get into the break. You get 1 card out of the booster pack. All the people in the break, their names are shuffled so that your card is pulled randomly from the pack. Ooh, Belly Bolt. That sucks. Come on, we want an AR. Oh, we did get it. We got a Quaxley, didn't we? We got Quaxley AR. Ooh. Okay. Weavile. Delivery drone. Okay. Rudy Pokemon collection is absolutely mind-boggling. Well, yeah, Rudy's been probably watching the price changes in Pokemon going, I need some Pokemon. But that dude is lucky. He was sitting on a lot of Scarlet Violet before it blew up. And I was more skeptical about Scarlet Violet. So I made a mistake. I should have bought even more of it. But I do have a chunk of it. We are. But if I knew it was going to explode the way it did, I would have bought even more. Thought I had more time. Lorenzo with an L. You're over here. This chrome box right here, 30 bucks. Let's see. Can I buy 3 Sword and Shield packs off you and keep them sealed? It says Aaron Breckens. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Probably. There it is. I think that's possible. If I put $200 down, would you let me slab away the Rocket Returns Magmar for $400? So the Magmar I've just got one of. So he's just going to pop into the Rocket Returns collection for now. We are. All right. So it's not that I'm a huge Magmar collector myself, but I am a Rocket Returns collector, and he was the one in auction that day. All right. Let's see. Let's take care of that spot for Rigoberto in the Team Rocket break. Okay. Ooh. $100 giveaway for reviewing your video go off yet? Not yet. Still time to get into that. Okay. Team Rocket break. Booster slab. There is a booster slab. Let's keep this back around. Vintage booster. So the Rocket break this time is the regular vintage booster break. Team Rocket. 22 likes on 120 views is sad. Yeah, take a minute and like the stream, will you, everybody? Thank you very much. Marissa Cruz, 2 packs of Prismatic. Miss Marissa. Excuse me. Here we are. Ooh, lovely. Lovely, lovely. Guess you can't go wrong with sealed. One of my buddies bought 15 cases of Scarlet Violet base when it was 500 when no one wanted it. He thought he made a bad investment. Yeah, very nice, very nice. He is smiling today because that has almost tripled in price for him, I believe. I think it has tripled. So that's why I'm saying, when people come in talking doom and gloom about the price of Pokemon cards today, like, oh, they went up. It's like, well, there's a lot of average people who also collected Scarlet Violet when everyone was trash-talking it, hating on it. Oh, it's terrible. And those guys just did well, and you're going to rain on their parade because you didn't buy some when it was cheap? Whose fault is that? That's your fault. Right? That's your fault. You should have bought some instead of being so bad about it. So that's my perspective on it. Here we go. All right, Miss Marissa. Miss Marissa, let's get you this free Meowth. Here you go, Marissa. All right. Good. I played hockey tonight and got sniped by $2 on 2 bids. By $1 on 2 bids. Ah, that sucks, man. Okay, we're going to create a new bag for you. And you're going to go in the MA box. You got the maximum belt. Yay, maximum belt. Thanks, mister. Appreciate it. Ah, thank you. All right. I remember Scarlet Violet base at $80. I don't remember it being $80. I think it was always $100. I haven't seen booster boxes reach $80 since probably back before before Sword and Shield. That's a long time ago. Let's see. Marissa Cruz. 3.25. Some English IRs and some slabs I've got to make up the difference. Definitely drop below 100. What is going to be the next big box break? The next big box break. If we keep doing those, but here we are. We're technically doing a box break. It's actually the Roaring Skies box break. I think that's just so expensive that people are scared to get into that. But so, I don't know. Maybe that's not what people want. They don't want the big expensive... maybe a booster packs like Roaring Skies are meant to be breaks or something now. I don't know. Here we are. Here's a tip/bribe for grabbing my slabs. Oh, wow, man. He is paying me for my far journey to a faraway land. All right. So, yes, take a quick look at this. Roaring Skies, $48. And, oops. Here's what that looks like. Okay, enjoy this point of view. Now I'm going to go get Mr. Travis's slabs. I'll be right back. Travis, buttering me up, I see. All right, here we are. Very nice. Whew. Does Mr. have any history of Z? Dragon Ball? That's in the extended menu. All right, give me one moment here. All right, here we are. Ta-da! Oh. Tag is the future. What? The future. Beep, beep, boop, boop. You sure got that root fossil. Here's Thunderous, Gilliam, and Ivysaur 9. So you've got them all upstairs now. There we go. Do you want me to send that tag video? Sure. You sure tag is the future? I saw a guy crack a slab right out the pack, barehanded. Mr. in his huge lake house. Well, you saw how long that took. It took a minute to get back, didn't it? All right, here's Darren Thompson. It's not that it's huge. It's like this. The slabs are at the very back of the basement, and we're at the very back of the house. So somehow we've like optimized the greatest distance between this room and the shipping room. So yeah, it does just take a while. All right, so Darren Thompson says he'll get a spot in the Call of Legends. Call of Legends. Put it in order for 2 more. Nice. Darren Thompson. How do you keep track of everything? What do I need to keep track of? Like the shipping? Okay, Darren. And, what was that? Something vibrated. Oh, it's my other phone. All right. People be wilding about grading companies. This is hilarious. There's a PSA 10 slowing upstairs, plus those 4 you just grabbed. I'd love to trade in if possible. Thank you, mister, for grabbing those. Yes, it's just a matter of what kind of value are we going to trade for them. So, you know, like how much are we asking? We are? All right. The only thing keeping mister from advanced cardiac disease is the distance between the slabs. Oh, thank you, distance between the slabs. Ready? All right. Ooh. That's a shiny Gardevoir. You want to see that up close? Pretty, huh? Pretty neat. That shouldn't be expensive, though. Everything. Your desk, your room. Yeah, it's tough, actually. What I do is every single day I ask myself, what is the most optimal use of my time? And then I start cutting out things that are not optimal. There we are. And those things fall behind. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's not like I'm bad at organizing things. I'm actually very skilled. It's just that I organize only the most important things. There we are. So my house is a little messy. Whoa. Okay. I love that you can see what's wrong with the card. All the other companies should follow suit. I don't think they will, because they will have to give up profit to do that, I think. I think it would slow down their grading process enormously. Oh, yeah. There's a little Psyduck. How do you guys like that? Pokemon Go. Nobody opens it. I don't know why. Why does nobody open Pokemon Go? Can anyone explain it? I know you have to be running out of space. Oh, constantly. Constantly. There's just boxes here, boxes there. Shipping equipment here. There it is. Booster boxes there. Lots of 10. Let's go. I mean, don't PSA do it as well, except they charge a crazy premium. PSA does do it, but you have to pay a crazy premium. So PSA is probably much faster than Tag at grading, and yet they charge a higher price. And if you want the grader's notes, that costs like express grading levels of price. It's kind of it shows you Tag's probably making a lot less money than PSA. Yeah. Who would have thought the what would have been in demand is no color at all on the slab, right? Because you got like the color black with CGC. It used to be the color blue. You got the color red with PSA. SGC's black. Beckett's sort of like silver golden black. And what people wanted was no color at all, maybe. Kind of interesting. All right, let's get it started. I missed out on a slab break, a booster break, trying to trade those slabs in, so I think the ball is in your court with the trade and the value. I feel like I'm just bugging you at this point. What's going on, Travis, is I'm not interested in a trade on those slabs. So those slabs are all slabs that I have to resell. You have to consider a price that you'd like to sell them to me at. Like what you can do is you can DM me how much you want for them. For example, do you want 50%? Do you want 60? Do you want 70? Do you want 75? Do you want 80? Do you want 90? And then I'm going to look at it and go, and I'm going to determine if that's a trade that's worthwhile. So that's what's going on. Maybe, I think this is the first time you've traded with me before. That's just kind of how it goes. So I'm not in a rush necessarily to get the trade. That's why you're pushing so hard, is because I'm the one that's not in a rush to do the trade. All right, so let's see. Here's Gardevoir. And this is going to say 328. And by the way, primarily the trade is too small. It's a really small trade. It's not a lot of money. So for me, it's not a priority. Let's see. Wow, that is cheap, dude. This is going to sell in 2 seconds. This is cheap as hell. This is going in the Holo Shuffle. We got to have stuff in the Holo Shuffle that's good. Oh, I'm out of, look at that, I'm out of this. Our Smoochies still on the secret menu. Smoochies are definitely still on the secret menu. All right, let's see. Here's some of these. Do I got any more English cards? What's in the ETB? Ugh. Mister's trying to say your slabs are junk. Well, they're not necessarily junk. For example, he had a PSA 10 Golem, but he's only a $45 card. So, you know, my brain's not racing to get it traded. Here it is. It's such a small trade. All right. Was that what I was doing, or was it like, did I have it like this? Maybe I did have it like that. Huh. Is Van Gogh Pikachu worth much these days? Oh, yeah. He's expensive as hell, dude. He is expensive. But yeah, you got to let me know what you're interested in for the slabs that you want, so that I can tell if it's worth my time. You probably could have started that way. So, like, you knew what they mostly were. And so what you could have just said from the messages is what rate you're interested in trading them in at. And that's what my brain's really paying attention to, that number. There you go. Thought you needed holos for the Holo Shuffle. Here we are. I have been LMAO. Here we are. All right. Literally just a slab break. People donate your holos. All right, let's see. Let me see your message real fast. Here it is, Pokey Pitch. Maybe I can't remember it, because maybe we're talking about it in chat. I do all my trades from the Discord messages, or maybe like an email or something like that. Your last message in email was, I'm interested in trading back my bag and slab for store credit. I just can't remember what I have. So, and then you have a couple pictures of it. And for me, that's all I can remember. I can't remember anything we said here in chat. So that's just kind of how it is. So if you said some kind of figure in chat, I just won't remember it. By the time we reach our next stream, I will have forgotten. All right, here we are. All good if that's a no-go, but that's all I asked for. Here is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gardevoir's going in. All right, we got Delibird. Now, I apologize if trading is kind of slow and a bit of a nuisance. But I'm a harsh trader, if you didn't know that. When it comes to trading is not like a transactional thing where it's just like, ching, I cash your cards out. It's a negotiation, and we negotiate what your value of your cards are. And so you have to get into that negotiation in the Discord server or an email or on Instagram. And so we begin sort of like a negotiation on the value of those cards. And so they just arrived and you saw what you had. And so now I need you to get into that Discord server and tell me what you're looking for on those cards. That's all. Here we are. Guard of War. 10. That's the hit. My bad. Yeah, I see that. It's been 3 streams now. Here we are. All right. Very good. And put this here. All right, let's see. Oh, wow, there's no more room in that box at all. So, I'll put these back up here then. Perfect. So I had to put the Guard of War in there. It's too nice of a card. I sent you that Vidmister, says Aaron Breckens. Ooh, I'm very curious about this. Ramsey Rip Packs. Okay, Mr. Ramsey Rip Packs, congratulations. I bet this went viral. Oh, no, it didn't. It's got about 10,000 views. Watch this video before you grade tag. Well, if the slab broke with him just squeezing it, here are my thoughts. That's not the standard grade method for the tag slabs. There's clearly been a defect in that particular grade. So if his slab breaks that easy, there's been a mistake with the grading. Here we are. All right, let's see. So we're going to say Charizard go. That's a defective one. Maybe people don't realize that can happen, but your grading can be defective. You know, just like anything. All right, let's see. Yeah, you're not supposed to touch it and it falls apart. Here we are. But there's a way to fix that. That's to increase the encapsulation time. Let's try it then. Mr. makes it a little fight to get the beat price for himself. You have to respect that and hate it at the same time. Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit of a it's a negotiation on the value of the slabs. Oh, I respect. I've been trying for days, LMO. I just understand it now. I think you proposed it to me just yesterday. Here it is. Your message from wanting to trade was for, well, I can just look it up. Yeah, so it was 3-4, which was technically yesterday. This is technically a new day, but it's my nighttime stream, right? It is. He did earlier, James. I'm not sure in the USA. Do you see tag? Yeah, so it would have been a nighttime stream, but then a daytime stream, and then a nighttime stream. So that's within 2 days. Here we are. Ooh, it's like a 24-hour period is what I'm saying. Here we are. All right, PokePitch, there's too much debate over the trade. I'm not interested in the trade anymore, man. You gotta be nicer. You can't trade this way. There's too much debate over the trade. We'll trade another day if you're still interested. There's too much debate over the nature of the trade. Like, I don't know what your goal is. Are you a Psyduck? Old maid. You gotta be nicer to me. The problem with your trade is I don't want it. All right. I'm not motivated to do your trade, and now you're complaining too much. We are. That I didn't move fast enough for you or something. I'm not interested in it. We are. All right. I'll return your tip so you don't feel ripped off. It's too much. We are. It's too small of a trade. It's not worth anything. I'm not motivated to do it, and you're too angry at me. We are. Damn, dude. I'm going to refund you this because I feel like you'll feel ripped off if I do not do that. Yes. JD Vance left a stain on my couch, says Alan Ruiz. All right, there we go. Very nice. All right, so now we don't have to worry about it. Let's get this Psyduck priced. So I focus on the stream. I should be focusing on the stream. That's what I should be doing. Oh my gosh, is there no Psyduck for sale? Wow, there's no Psyduck for sale. Hold on. Let me check this. So let's choose ended recently. Okay, so this Psyduck ended recently on February 28th for 33 plus 6. I'm going to price him just around 40. There's none for sale. There's none for sale on this Psyduck. He's very cute. Here we are. Do you have any Demon Slayer Union Arena? Demon Slayer Union Arena. If it's in the menu, I do have it. If it's not in the menu, I don't have it. Here we are. And here's Mew. All right. He only talks, trades, and Discord. This is all not appropriate during stream. Well, it can be done during the stream. It's just I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's too much talking. So no more trade talk. It's too much trade talk. It feels like it's turning into a bad thing. And one of my rules about negotiations is if it's turning into a bad thing, I got back out of it. We are. It's too much frustration going on. We are. All right. So this is $46 on the Mew. All right. There we go. What are your honest opinions about tag? Forget you're selling a whole stack of tag cards right now. I got nothing wrong. Well, even before I graded more of them, I was saying I got nothing against them. I'll tell you a company I do have something against. I don't like AGS. AGS took my content for commercial purposes and posted my content to talk crap on PSA. But they took my content and I contacted them and I said, hey, you can't do that for free. So you got to pay for that content. And they didn't want to respond to me. And then they finally responded after I went nuts and I reported them for copyright infringement. So they took, they dragged they had 225,000 views on the video too. They took their sweet time responding. And so I will never grade with AGS. So they kind of closed that window. Here's Ninjask. Here's SpongeBobadoo. Here's Tentacruel. Let's go ahead and get a nice rotate on as well. We got Mewtwo. And we've got, something tells me those Charizards are going to sell, man. Prophecy of Futur. Ooh. How did they use your content? Well, so I had a variety of contents that talked about mistakes PSA had made on my slabs. And those contents had gone super viral on my channel. They'd done very well. And so they just took my very best pieces of content complaining about PSA. And they said, aren't you guys tired of PSA? Isn't it time to get, like AI grading or something like that? So they were saying that. And it's like, oh, brother, dude. And again, I contacted them. What's interesting is I had spoken with AGS before. AGS and I had a conversation before about the potential of me grading with them. And that didn't turn into anything. It almost did. Actually, I got like a little sponsorship with SGC, if you guys don't remember that. But I just kind of stopped using it because, honestly, SGC wasn't selling as well. So anyways, I almost got something with AGS going. But so they knew me. They had contact with me. We had a history of conversation in our DMs on Instagram. And they saw my message saying, hey, you can't just steal my content. And they just left it on read. They read it, seen, and they didn't respond for like 4 days. And I was like, all right, I gotta start being grumpy now. Carlton Wicks, $50 towards Slab Away. So I was real disappointed with that. They were so slow to reply. I found that really inappropriate. They got 250,000 views on my content before taking it down. I found that very inappropriate. Mr. Carlton Wicks. Let's see. So $50 out of 420. This is going to say 370. There it is. Is your first edition Charizard base set pack still the most expensive item in your collection? Oh, that was never the most expensive item in my collection. Yeah, the most expensive item in my collection is the Dragonite and the Gold Star Charizard. Also, maybe the Legendary Charizards. All right, so Carlton Wicks, 1 Holo Shuffle, 6 Battle Partners, 2 Chinese Hidden Fates. Here goes. Ready? Ooh. Time to grab this. A 1, 2, 3. 1. That's Swoobat. Ooh. All right. And that is a Swoobat for you. 6 Battle Partners, 2 Chinese Hidden Fates. China. Grab 2 of these. And 6 Battle Partners. 6 Battle Partners. Aha. Here they are. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Very nice. Will you ever ask King Pokemon for one of his 10 Zards? Oh, those first edition base set Charizards? You don't really have to. There's typically one for sale somewhere, but they always cost like $250,000. The problem with the base set Charizard is if you had purchased him, you would not be doing as well as if you had just purchased $250,000 of like pretty much any Sword and Shield booster box. or pretty much any Scarlet Violet booster box. So your money would have stayed at about $250,000 with that Charizard. But if you had done $250,000 of booster boxes, now your money would be $500,000. So anyone buying that Charizard is making a significant mistake right now, and his price needs to come down. His price is too high. We are. Ooh, Reshiram. Do you own a brick and mortar? I could finance one. I don't have the time to finance one, unfortunately. All right, here's a cold one. Mister, you can give away my slabs to subscribers tonight. I'm not going to do that. What I will do is I will ship you out because you paid for those slabs, so we can ship you out. It's not that I don't appreciate that you're trying to do a giveaway, but I know that PayPal will require me to have shipped you out. So that is important. So I'm going to do that instead, okay? You're going to get a free round of shipping. Here is the Fiery Cat. Very nice. You deserve better. Let me think. You deserve to buy it anyways. Hubs would be pissed if I did. Law. Eyeballing that Mewtwo so hard. It's a nice one. We are. All right. Lots of good slabs. So that's for Mr. Carlton. I'm sorry you had a bad time, but you can't get mad at me for not doing a trade with you, okay? That's a real problem with trades. That's also why we don't allow negotiations typically on the table, because people get really mad if the negotiation doesn't go like smoothly and in their way. The problem with your slabs is I don't want them. And so I'm waiting for you to suggest a price on them, and you weren't doing that. You're just talking about how long it's taking to do the trade. All right, so we're going to do a round of shipping. And the reason for that is because PayPal will require me to have done a round of shipping for what you paid for. All right, give me a minute. All right. I believe we've got your stuff. Stamps has encountered an error. All right, give me a second here. Nobody wants your slabs. All right, guys, don't be mean either, okay? I asked for a slab break entry, dude. WTF is happening. So I know that you wanted an entry in the slab break, but are you saying you want all your slabs to trade for just $40? If that's the case, you could have just said I'd like $40 for all my slabs. I would have figured you would have wanted more. There's a lot of slabs over there. Sorry, Tavis, we got your label. There's too much fighting, Travis. You're in too bad of a mood. We can't do this. There's too much fighting. You gotta stop now, okay? That's all I asked for in the last. All right, you gotta stop talking. There's too much fighting. You gotta stop talking. We are too much talking. It's already at that point. Too much. You're ruining the mood as party foul. I'm not even in a mood. All right, he's got to go. I've been doing this for a very long time. You are in a mood. You're in an angry mood, and I can sense it through your language. I don't want to be in an angry mood. I want to be in a good mood. There we are. All right. All right, there goes. We are giving you a free round of shipping. We could be besties if you want to come back and be chill. Just gotta be chill, okay? I can sense the non-chilliness. I can sense it. All right. So, Carlton Wicks is done. We have an order from Jack Rapini. He says Call of Legends. All right. Mr. Jack. Here it is. Sometimes you get these problems when you're running a little card shop. You get stuff just like this. Here we are. Mister's an empath. I can sense it. Here's Jack Rapini. What are you talking about, dude? Okay, that's Jack. Okay. Jack Rapini. Here it is. Oh. All Let's grab this. Change your username and just come back. No one will know. Mr. Realist, I'm always angry. I am ready to talk about Pokemon cards. I don't want any drama. I just want to talk Pokemon or whatever it is we're talking about. I don't want to be in some kind of like endless loop over some frustration over some trade that's like a really small trade. Here's Dark Slowking. Here is Jigglypuff. And here is the Mega Suicune. There it is. Talk about Chimp. Great. Some people would have crashed out. Wait, I know what to talk about. Mister, are you going to go get Heat Wave Arena on a release? Hopefully we get it fast. We have it pre-ordered. For whatever reason, even though we pre-order cards, they just take a long time to get to us. So that's just how it is. Maybe there's some wheels I can grease to get it sooner, but I don't know if that's such a good idea because that cost gets passed on to you guys. So here it is, Miss Marissa. Hey, mister, I got some slabs I want to sell you. I'll take 4 breaks. Mister, does size matter? Yes. Did you see that mother that killed her daughter is now trying to be an influencer? Casey Anthony. Yes, I heard about that. That was in the news. Here's Friends. The ever so popular Master Ball Cottony. Is it just me, or have we pulled like 5 of these things? We are. His hair's on the rag. Casey Anthony can end it. You should do some breaks on pre-release boxes on Heat Wave. Oh, I see what you're saying. Ooh, look at this Iron Leaves. Very nice. You got a golden Iron Leaves. Marissa, that's an upgrade. That's not bad. Master Ball and golden card. For slabs, let's say 1 in 14. Does that mean you break it into 14 pieces? Yep, we take the slab, we cut it into 14 pieces. It means you have a 1 in 14 odds of pulling the slab. And that's reflected by the number of custom booster packs involved in it. I finally sold the Mawile from Crystal Guardians. PSA 10 I got from you. Here it is. I finally sold the Mawile from Crystal Guardians PSA 10. Damn, dude. How long did it take? Mawile. Mawile is a niche Pokemon. Okay, here's Brennan. Bleach Union Arena for Mr. Brennan. Brennan, this sounds like it might be a first-time order with you. Mr. Brennan. Bleach. Aha. Got it. Hey, this guy's close. What would Casey Anthony do? 2 months on eBay. That's not bad. 2 months is not that long. It is. You didn't sell it to me, did you? Wait. I don't think I bought one, did I? Did I buy a Crystal Guardians Mawile? I don't think I did. I'm curious. No. No, you did not sell it to me, in fact. All right. What an actual worthless being. Good night. Have a nice night. Thank you for my packs. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you being here. You are? Oh. Shunsui Kiyoraku Soy Fan. Ooh. Very nice. Mister, say hi to Sarah. Where's Sarah? It's Sarah Dusenberry. Hello, Sarah. Sarah's here. Yay. All right, that's Mr. Brennan. Okay, let's grab you a fresh bag. I can see Casey Anthony being good in bed. Do you guys think she did it? Do you think she killed her kid? Imagine she's innocent and the whole world just kind of hates on her. That is one shocking life. Pretty sure she did it though, right? I watched the documentaries. Of course she did, says Marco. She's a killer. All right. So now we got Mr. Alex PSX. He says 2 hidden fates. Chinese. China. All right. She will make the news again if she gets pregnant. Oh my gosh. Bet she gives Ace Slapu Toppy. Wow. It was all her dad. Her dad did it. I can't actually remember all the details. I remember the mom initially reported to the police the bloody vehicle. Remember that? The car with the dirty vehicle? And then they came to arrive to get the vehicle, and she had cleaned it and said, oh, there's nothing. Right? Isn't that what it was? And the dad, you guys think the dad helped. Ooh, look at that. Very nice. Shiny Zorua popping out. I made a PayPal. Is there a way to link my order from Venmo, or what do I do? Mods. So PayPal and Venmo are separate. If you want to use Venmo, you have to have a Venmo. If you want to use PayPal, you use PayPal. Ooh, look at this Machuk. The dad was the one I thought. They found remains in her car. Was the mom hot? They're separate entities. There we go. That's for Mr. Alex PSX. Alex, you actually got some pulls there. Look at that. Those are some gradable cards, in my opinion. Okay. Very nice. Ooh, I got something. Her dad was a dingo. I don't know what that means. Here we are. Oh, because dingoes kill babies. That's right. There's that famous story of the Australian couple that lost a baby to a dingo. Why did she want to get rid of the kid? What was the deal on that? I don't remember. Why did Casey Anthony want to get rid of her baby? Here's that. Here's coughing for a cheap and affordable $400. Here's Typhlosion. I'd sleep with her dad and mom and get in the news. She wanted to party like a child. She wanted to party. She wanted to party, and so her dad killed a baby. Here it is. I don't know. I think I'm on her side. It all sounds fake. I don't think it's true. So Philip says, I'll ship 2 bags plus a few slabs and 3 hollow shuffles. You got it, Philip. Her search history showed foolproof suffocation. Damn, bro. Damn. Crazy. That's wild. Dude. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Oh, the spear. Okay, spear 9. That, to me, sounds like a Beedrill. We got so many slabs in this box that they can't even all fit. That's a very good sign. Okay. If I plan on ordering from PayPal now, as long as I have my same name and email from Venmo, my stack of cards will be connected. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, so, if you're using 2 different payment methods, I recommend having the names be the same so there's no confusion. Look at that. According to this, it was supposed to be $70, but you pulled it for $40. How nice. Yeah, so it's a very good idea to have the names be the same across the two payment platforms so that there's no confusion. Now, if you do happen to have 2 payment platforms and you start paying one with a different name, in the notes, just tell me who you really are. You just be like, I'm so-and-so, and we can get it all together. Here it is. Okay, that's Philip Webb. Okay, and shipping as well, huh, Philip? All right. Nice. New channel Discord shows the current breaks. What are the current breaks? We got a lot of nice breaks. Did Tammy happen to update the very latest breaks? All right, let's see. Break history. Please note, numbers may not be 100%. Pack breaks, English Rocket Pack, and Call of Legends. Oh, wow. Timmy really kept all those up to date. That's a lot of work, actually. I guess if you're watching the stream and you got both hands free, it's probably a little easier. Like if I was doing that in the middle of the stream, I'd have to stop streaming and I'd have to be like tippity type. All right, but that's really nice. That's useful. Philip Webb. Where's Philip Webb? Rip, never forgotten. Save yourself time and just drop them in the mud, drive over them, and penny sleeve them. Worth the same as CGC. All right, let's go grab Philip Webb. Philip Webb. I've only got one hand free while watching the stream, mister. Oh, my God. There we go. Oh. Mr. Phillip. So you liked the baseball cards. Grabbing this. Where is it? Do you think it's time to sell a lot of modern PSA 10s while the market is so insane? I've thought about it. I mean, no one knows. It's all crystal ball stuff, isn't it? Nobody knew that Scarlet Violet was about to explode in price. Nobody really knows what happens next. That's a tough one to answer. It's really unknown. You could flip a coin and be like, just do what the coin says. But Pokemon cards do peak. Like, they peak and they recede, and then they peak and then they recede. The thing is, overall, they do tend to go up. Right? Like, who recalls there was a big crash in modern... there was a big crash in modern Sun and Moon. A real big crash. Now you go back to Sun and Moon, take a look at that test tube Mewtwo. He's like 2.4 thousand. He's so expensive now. He's way past what he ever was. Like, I sold all of my test tube Mewtwo's. All I really had to do was hold it. Didn't have to sell it. Now he's way more expensive. And so I guess if it's just a fun, good-looking card, you kind of don't have to do anything about it. All right. So there we have it. We are all caught up on the orders. There's no orders in the queue. It's Wednesday night. Closing that. There we go. I hold everything. You sold those test tube Mewtwo's PSA 10 for $75 way back in the day. Well, a long time ago, I bought them for $75. I wonder if eBay saves that, because I got them off eBay, but I bet it didn't save that. I bought like 5 of them all at $75. That would have been Shining Legends Mewtwo. What does it know? Yeah, look at these old prices. So it definitely didn't save the $75 ones, but look at these old prices. $224, $580, $600, $560. That was just July last year. I'm sorry, July 2 years ago. Wow, 2.4 today. All you had to do is not sell it. That's all you had to do. It was a good-looking card, and all you had to do was hold it. So it's true that we might be at a time period where Pokemon cards are too expensive or overpriced or at their peak. But just in general, hasn't the history been that if a card's really good, it maybe is worth holding? Like, is it so crazy to believe that that card is worth 2.4 thousand? How much money is required to pull a Mewtwo out of retail priced packs and get it to grade 10? It might be a lot, because he might not pull that often. And the fact that he's so old now, too, it's like you're just not going to get that retail price on the packs anymore. That's just gone. That's a fact. So, yeah, I mean, same with, like, some of these chase cards coming out of the modern sets. Like, how much does it really cost to pull one of these cards for yourself from the retail shelf and get it to grade 10? Well, maybe close to $1,000. So when you see those, top pulls go for $1,000, is that so crazy? I don't know if that's crazy. Crazy how much Japanese Charizard 151 has been going up. Yeah, same deal there. Like, but that set's like a year old, right? So people thought it's so easy to obtain this card and it's so cheap and there's so many of them, but really it's not. There's no more on the shelves. They released Blooming Waters and people were buying it like it was, there's all those famous Costco videos now, right? All right, what we got here? There's literally no chicks here right now, LMAO. Tammy, are you looking? All right, just us guys. We can finally let it all hang out. Sarah's here. 151 is almost 2 years old. Almost 2 years old now. Crazy. Crazy. So here's Mewtwo 9. What do you suppose was wrong with this Mewtwo 9, huh? I'm also here. All right. Wonder what they found, because it looks like a pretty clean card. So I want to know what they found on it that they don't like. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Doo. All right, it says there's a ding on the upper left corner. Really? What ding? Oh, they actually might be right this time. Right there, huh? I don't know. I get it. That's a really small problem. We are? All right. All right, let's grab this. PSA 9. I'd be tempted to crack that and send that to another company and see if it comes back 10, though. You know? There's a lot of cards that have that ding. I know what that ding is. So if we were to go get some Paldea Evolved and open it up, there's a lot of cards with that little ding. It's just part of the card process, I think. I don't know what causes it, but there's a lot of cards with that ding. I pulled that when I was buying this set from you. Points tag, Mr. 1. We are. Well, a lot of grading also is kind of philosophical, like what is a problem? Oh, there is another Eevee. Is Lurkin Lowry still here? He is. Do you want this one, Lurkin Lowry? I told you I'd get you one. If there was another one in the sleeves, you'd have dibs on it. But no more after this. I'm not selling any more. If I have one more Eevee, I'm keeping it. And Carps. Any Carps? We will find out. I'm actually kind of low already. It wasn't a big submission. Oh, I'm sorry, not Lurkin Lowry. Lorenzo Shrub. So I've got one, but I don't know if he wants it. It was me. It was I, he says. Up to you if you want it or not. This seems to be a popular card right now. All yours. Get it? It's too cute not to. No, I'll save my money for now. All right. So I'm going to set this to the side. That's going to be saved for a break because I think those will do breaks. Okay. Birthday Pikachu. Let's see what it didn't like about the Birthday Pikachu. These Pikachus were questionable because I got them all as... These were not from sealed packs or anything. These actually came from Miss 6, and she likely bought them as singles. Let's see what it did not like about this. Nope, that's not what I want. Defects. Back, middle, left. Okay. Yeah, I see it. There's a bit of residue on the card. Back, bottom, right. Oh, yeah, there's a pinch right there. All right. All right. So this card is a 9. But I wonder if I could get this graded differently elsewhere. But no, I don't think it would, actually. So there is a pretty clear edge problem in this case. Check this out. That's pretty clear. Having a problem with the edging. All right, no Pika love from Tag. Nah, that one doesn't deserve a 10. I bought a tag cart from you once. Did you really? Can I claim it? And you put it with my Bulbasaur in Slab away. No Pika. So the Eevee wasn't for sale. He bought it after they were off the table. So I wanted to hold 1 or 2 of those Eevees for breaks. This got a 10. Of course, we don't question 10s, do we? Ooh, that's such a pretty card. You like that? I never have a problem with the edging. Yeah, we had a slight problem with the edging. Tammy's here. Hello, Tammy. Okay. Now, but this Pikachu has a real problem. That's an edge problem. The edge has been damaged. Dinged. I'm copywriting that word. Oh, Cobalion, huh? How much you think this Cobalion sells for? Probably not much. Are they super flimsy compared to PSA? You mean like, do they break easy? I don't know. What if tag does it fully go off in the machine from start to finish? All right, let's see. Don't like the ding on this one, huh? I don't like them. Well, we got these 2 cards. I know that the Magnetron is $40. Magnetron. Good. And now the Cobalion, Iron Crown, I mean. He's not Cobalion, he's Iron Crown. Uh-huh, for crazy people. Iron Crown Festival. So, Iron Crown Festival. $43. That is pretty dang cheap for an SAR. That's $43 after grading, meaning that the $43 already includes the cost of grading. That is ridiculous. It's like paying nothing for that card. So there you go. That's supposed to be a hit card out of a box. I don't know. He just doesn't look as good as the other ones. It's just how it is. They did my man Cobalion dirty. Do you only get graded Magmar? Wrath II, who is Tammy Baseball Mitts, best mod. Wrath is a simp. He cannot be number 1. What? So this is Birthday Pikachu. And did we have a price on the Birthday Pikachu? I can't remember. Wasn't it like the Iron Crown sold? Here you go. Wasn't this kind of like $29? Birthday Pikachu. Pika. Scooby-Doo. Oh, wait, these are... We want the Celebrations one. Yeah, he's going to be 29. We're going to just round him up to 30. That's like saying Sandaconda deserves to be up there with Gengar Alt because they are both SARs. Well, they do both deserve to be up there. I don't know what you're talking about. Sandaconda, you mean? Oh, that... No, he spelled it wrong. Sandaconda, I think it's pronounced, isn't it? So I can buy the cards outright. Oh, you can buy these outright. Yeah. So when you see this little price tag go on, that's the actual price. So these are just for sale, like right now. Now for the Mewtwo. The Mewtwo comes out of what? Japanese Pokemon Go? Pokemon Go Mewtwo 073. $30. Just like the Pikachu. I can show you my collection if you message me on my Discord. Stop obsessing over her. We are. Is this guy bothering you? You're saying Kabalion deserves more love. I'm saying not. It's like Sandaconda is all bottom tier. Nuh-uh. It deserves so much love. Should have been at the top, really. Boo-ba-doo-be-doo-doo. Brennan Rodriguez says Bleach Union Arena. Okay, we'll grab you another one of those. Sold Meow. What Meow? What's sold? Oh, Mewtwo? Mewtwo, he means. That was a cool card for 20. I would have bought it if I was quick enough. Which one was 20? Okay. Oh. Bombietta Faster Bean. Second pack, I told you, sir, when I got paid, I would order. I always watch. Yay! There we go. Dang, Ivan, leave some for the rest of us. Ivan's been snatching, dude. That guy's been straight up snatching. I always wanted to order. Aw, that's very cool, man. Very nice. Well, I'm glad to hear you're over here having some fun, man. Here's Ivan. He says Iron Crown. And Mewtwo. Wow, he bought those both really fast. Today's stream's brought to you by Ivan Rodriguez. Whoa. Get a rotation going. This is pretty cool. Mario and Others Super Mario Kart. Here's Pidgeot. Chinese Gengar and Mimikyu. Creepy. Very affordable Blastoise. I think he's too expensive. Let's get him off the table. Price didn't even make sense to me. Bandai Starters. This price does make sense to me, though. Bandai Starters. Ivan Rodriguez says he's ready for a round of shipping. Here you go, Ivan. All right, you got it. Oops. This is probably a little bit of a heavier shipment. Just visited my dad in the hospital. He had his appendix removed. Oof. Sounds like he's going to make it, though. I'm glad to hear that, man. That sucks, man. Ouch. Stamps has encountered an error. What do you mean Stamps has encountered an error? Okay. Whew. All right. Booty. Mr. Ivan. It's just slabs, all right? You don't got a bunch of bags to ship. Do you have a bag? He's got a bag. All right, we got a bag to ship for you. Had mine removed 5 years ago when I was just 29. Youch. That Mario Kart card is cool. If he was a PSA 10, I would be selling him for like $2,000, by the way. He would be pricey. That would not be cheap. Is this music just on a loop? No, it's just taking forever. All brakes are updated. What? Blush. So Alex wants another Hidden Fates. There we go. Ooh. Never had mine removed, but I was in Ukrainian hospital, so maybe I did. We are. So, Mr. Alex, how does your family feel about the whole Ukrainian situation? Do they really dislike Mr. Donald Trump? This guy sucks. Or do they agree with that it should be ended quickly? I think I heard somewhere that the area that Putin was trying to take away was actually a very important part of Ukraine. Yes. Ooh. There you are. All right. We knew you'd be back. Very difficult to abstain from the stream when there's nothing else worth watching on eBay or YouTube. Yay! All right, there we go. And he's going to pick up that cool Dusclops. All right, you got it, man. I think it's this one, right? Very nice. Historical to the locals and strong agricultural area. Yeah, that sucks, man. But sorry for the boy crying wolf. Just trying hard to not buy stuff, you know. Yeah. All right. Good. We're done with Ivan Rodriguez's shipping. Hitting refresh. All right, the queue is open. They wanted to know what English people thought about it, but I'm sure they are meh about it. Haven't been home since news broke. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think if I was maybe like a soldier involved in the war and I didn't believe we could win, I would probably feel a lot of relief with the idea of a ceasefire. So the soldiers on the front lines are probably cheering for it. They're probably like, yeah, hey, let's not do this. Then there's other soldiers who probably believe that it can be won, and they're like, nah, come on, let's keep going. I don't know. I wonder what the civilians think of it. I'm about it, be boy crying wolf, about being tired. I spent 3.4K the first month. Lost Origin came out trying to hunt the Tina, never pulled it. I heard recently Dancing with the Star died recently in Ukraine for fighting for Ukraine. Oof. We are. All right. Eventually, when I won my stack of cards, all I have to do is pay in out of my address in the order. That's correct. So all you got to do when you're ready to ship is pay $9 for shipping. It's a one-time purchase, and then we ship all your stuff. We grab all your bags and all your slabs, and all gets shipped. Doesn't matter how much you have. You could have a lot, and it's always a flat fee of $9. So this is sort of like a way to save some money on shipping, is to kind of combine all your stuff over time. You're allowed to keep your stuff over here for 1 full year. Don't keep it longer than a year, though, because if you keep it for a year without shipping, we think it's abandoned. We treat it as abandoned. All right, so Dustin, Birthday Pikachu. You got it. Birthday Pikachu is gone. You see how you can break the tag slabs really easy with your hands? Wait, I want to break a tag slab easy with my hands. I'm adding that signed slab to my Pokemon room. Oh, that's cool, man. I'm a big Dusclops fan. Here's K-Riki. Wiggly stuff. Another Gleafeon. And Dunsparce. That wasn't the Leafeon that I traded that one guy, was it? Did I have two of them? Is that what's going on? Now I'm confused. He got his Leafeon, right? Let me go double check. Oh, my legs. My legs! All right, give me a minute. That looks like the Leafeon that's supposed to go to the other guy, but I might have just had two of them. Yep, I had two of them. He got his card. I had two of them, and they look exactly the same. That's so funny. I had two of them. Two of them. Okay. Yep, I had two of them. His is over there with his name on it. Mister said the no-no word, trade. I'm open to trades. That other trade was just getting too spicy for the pepper. Ooh. It's getting too spicy. Ooh. Dang, that's cute, man. That's a very cute Slowpoke. Think that'll be expensive one day? I don't think it's impossible. That makes me feel like I need to be grading more of these old maids. They look fantastic. Okay. Old maid slow poke. He's not terribly expensive, so you're going to be able to afford this if you want one. The card itself is not expensive either. So this is kind of like just a lot of risk for the person doing the grading, because if this grades 9, you lose all the money on grading. Because a 10 is only $26. You virtually have to get a 10. Right? Like, so if this grades 9, who's going to buy it when the 10's only 26? So you're going to lose money on the grading. So that's a high risk, low reward card to be grading. Okay. Ah, bummer. I can kind of see it. This one looks off center. This one's going to be the off centering. I probably just wanted it to grade 10. I was like, let's see what we can get away with. I got into a job making axles for Jeep. Best choice I ever made. Union benefits and lots of money. Oh, that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. How do you feel about all the tariffs, Lurkin Lowry? So you're probably a pro-tariff guy, because that's going to force more car jobs to be available in the U.S. And countries are going to find it harder to ship cars into the U.S., which means probably more work for U.S. car workers. I'll keep that in mind. Ooh. $1 for Slowpoke tag store credit. Raul Mendoza. All right, so let me see. Gengar 151. Yes, we are very busy. That's good. That's job security, because one of the interesting things is car manufacturing jobs tend to pay very well, but there's a downside to them, and that is those jobs tend to get exported. We tend to take those jobs and send them to other countries where people get paid less money than in the United States. And so that's what happens to a lot of car manufacturing jobs. And then once the car is made overseas, we ship it back to ourselves to be purchased here in America. So all those jobs go to other people in other countries for lower wages. And a tariff makes it so that that's no longer viable for the car manufacturing companies. So the car gets made in America, and the price of the car maybe goes up. But I think also the companies that do all this exporting of the jobs, I think they also take some of the brunt of that loss. I think because that job, they're just forced to pay their workers more. Oh, this card was in really bad shape. It had a big notch over here. So this is a good practice slab. You ready? Well, that's not useful. Oh, wait, I know how I can do this. Hold on. Looks like you end up wanting a tool anyways. All right, there you have it. Tag slab. He has 6-packs on each of his knuckles. Thank you, thank you. Yes, very strong. All right. We need to run a test on all the slabs. You know what slab would definitely not break like that? BGS, dude. Those slabs are freaking indestructible. Here it is. But I would say PSA and CGC slabs are definitely harder to break than that. So the CGC slabs come apart easier. We are. But I want to talk about why maybe that doesn't matter too much. The reason that doesn't matter is because slab grading isn't just about protecting the card. It's actually about authentication. And when you crack the slab, if the slab no longer looks like it hasn't been tampered with, like if you can tell it's been tampered with, then it's already done its job, basically. So a slab being easy to open isn't necessarily the worst thing ever. I think people prefer for them to be harder to open. But the most important aspect is whether these edges all look ugly once it's been tampered with. That's what matters the most. And I don't think any of the slabs can be cracked open and not look like they've been cracked open. All right, I'll put this guy, where can I put him? Oh my God. I can never find my stuff, dude. Scooby. Oh wait, maybe over here. Nope, not over there. All right, I guess I'll put it here. There we go. PCA and CGC have sent out lots of defective slabs. It happens. I want to see if the tag slab over time would break on its own. I don't know, but let's go ahead and get that as a clip for Mike's side. At 136.00. All right, I would argue that the tag slab was easier to crack. It was easier to crack, definitely. Is that a really big deal? I don't know. Oh, that's cute. That is cute. Oh, that looks great. I'm liking that. Those are some great cards right there. My grandma sneezed on a tag slab and it cracked. I might use that as a line in the short. Hold on. Let me mark that for Mike's side. My grandma sneezed on a tag slab and it broke. All right. Not that so for my opinion, I don't really care too much about how it's looking, but because I feel that the most important part of the encapsulation process is whether or not it stays authentic. And, but people get addicted to titles like that, or to like ideas like, oh, it's the easiest to break slab, or it's the hardest to break slab. Those kind of big sweeping remarks is what people click on when it comes to content. Script confirmed. The script's confirmed. How's our video doing, by the way? YouTube Shorts doesn't give me the same views that the other channels get. Tag grading review. Our tag grading review videos at 1.2 thousand views on YouTube. But if we go over to TikTok, see how it's doing over there. It's at 4.4 thousand. That's much better. So we get 4.4 thousand over there. Let's check Instagram. Instagram's got it at 3.5 thousand on Instagram. So, that kind of shows you how YouTube can't be your only social media, because that's the worst performing social media. When you combine the views from the other channels, it's actually way higher. So 1.2 plus 4 point something plus 3 point something. It's kind of like 8. So we're at about 9,000 views on that one piece of content. I got mad at my tag grade and the slab cracked. Here we are. Ooh. Oh, we need to get prices on these, don't we? It's copyrighted. You're copyrighted. It sometimes feels like YouTube has maybe gotten away from focusing on shorts. Slow poke. Because I feel like our shorts used to just automatically get more views. And I think what was going on was it was a brand new video format for YouTube. So I suspect YouTube was pushing those videos for us. And now YouTube doesn't seem to do that as much. I think YouTube doesn't care for shorts. When it comes to views on shorts versus like watch time on regular videos, I feel like the money for YouTube is in the longer format, not in the short format. Okay. Like, yes, TikTok might be very successful as a platform, But how much money does it make from ad revenue? Probably not a lot. Yo, you can't even find this Slowbro for sale. He looks great, too. That's a Shinji Kanja Slowbro. All right, he has sold for $42 in the past, and there's none for sale now. None of these Shinji Kanja Slowbros for sale. I'm going to say $59. I remember seeing your Tyranitar shirt and was flabbergasted. What? I told my tag slab a funny joke, and it cracked up. That's pretty good. I like that. Stepped on a crack and broke my tag slab back. So this is Shinji Kanda, the guy who's been making all these popular artworks. And you can see his crazy drawing style on this hill that Mr. Slowbro is sitting on. But there we go. We got a couple more slabs for you guys. They're all really affordable slabs. I didn't really send them anything too expensive. So, where are we now? Slowpoke is sold to Cristova Martinez. Cristova, well, hold on. You sent that 8 minutes ago. How long ago did Raul send his? Oh, Raul sent his first. Cristova Mendoza, you were a little too slow on this. Mr. Raul got this first. I apologize for that. He sent in for, oh, wow, look at that, 26. You had exactly that much money left. That's crazy. That's wild. Time for the giveaway. Here we are. No giveaway on Wednesday. We'll be back to the giveaway on Thursday. What do numbers on the slabs mean? Price, price, price. Sometimes it refers to a break. Let me show you what a break looks like. Are you guys ready? The breaks are coming to the front. So here's the rare candy break. Tends to be a high risk, high reward break. $40 entry, 21 booster packs, 1 chase pull, 1 start pull. The start pull just shifts your spot over into another break. So 4 people have entered into the break. That means that 4 boosters out of 21 boosters are sold. That is the rare candy break. Tends to be a big, 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 you know, sort of like chase card everyone recognizes. Here's the rocket break. So this is Dark Slow King holographic, very pretty. And he's a 1 in 14 break with 9 people in it. It's actually almost done. So there's 5 spots left here. He's a $40 break. There's the star. That's a big deal. It's a real vintage card, really, really low pop card. That one's almost done. Here is a specialty break, Koro Mew. I'm not feeling the enthusiasm for Koro Mew, but we've had the whole week's been slow. A very slow week. Okay, he's a break. And here this is called the clearance break. This is where the star spots are moved to. Star, star, star. All those spots will get migrated over here. And it's a PSA 6 Bandai Starters. Really good price in my opinion, because its price is not that different from like the PSA 1. It is more expensive, but to be like PSA 6 and to be still so close in price. So I think this one is a great price. And what we've done is we've made it cheaper than the cheapest buy now on eBay. That's why it's got a little green label. So this is a fun break. Most people don't jump into that one though. Most people get migrated into that one. And over here, we've got this mega break. This is the most expensive break on the table, as we call it the mega break. It takes a long, long time for the mega break to go off. And this guy's getting close. He's a total of 6 spots. He's up to 4. You can either buy in for 400. Don't do that. Or you can buy in for 40. Buying in for 40 takes you over to this list over here. The Mega Break Sublist. A sublist is a further breaking down of an expensive item. So Bill Barron's on there. He paid 40. You get 1 in 10 odds to pull a $400 spot. And the $400 spots are 1 in 6 over here. See, does that make sense? So, yeah, it's like a fraction of it. It's like a chance for a chance. That's a great way to describe it. We also have some other interesting breaks. Shining Legends. Nobody's jumping into that. We might cancel that. Fossil Booster Box. First edition sealed box. Going to be open. It's going to be typically, these streams will get 300 to 400 viewers. They're just a bit more fun. You might see some historic pulls like maybe a PSA 10 Dragonite will come out, or maybe a PSA 10 Gengar, or PSA 10 Articuno. You never know. All those cards are huge money, by the way. If you pull any of those as a 10, it's huge money. Here's Roaring Skies. We have a Roaring Skies from XY Booster Box break, going up in price because the box is going up in price as we speak. Mega Evolutions are coming back into vogue. That is because Legends ZA will have Mega Evolutions. We've seen it in the trailers. I just bought myself a Mega Evolutions Charizard. Did you guys see that? And the Fossil Sublist, which gives you 1 in 14 odds for a booster pack of first edition Fossil in this big box break over here. So if you don't want to buy a booster pack, you can spend $40 and have a chance for a booster pack. Lots of breaks. You know, back when I started 6 years ago, there was no such term as rip and ship. A lot of people had no clue what we were doing. And over time, it got that title, rip and ship. But now I would say my channel's changed a bit. I would almost call the channel a break and ship because we host so many breaks. Breaks are so fundamental to what we do now. We do a lot of breaks. But let's see, where did I get that Charizard and put him over here? Wait, did you guys see this Lugia? Weird, huh? Here's another Lugia. Where'd that Charizard go? I just got a Charizard in. It was mostly rip and dip. Whoa. There have been whoa, look at that. Rayquaza, huh? Interesting. There have been some rippers and dippers. Wait, I already owned this card. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know that. I think I accidentally bought another one of those thinking I didn't have one. Where did the Charizard go? I just got a Charizard. Is that it? I swear, I just bought a Charizard. That's not it. What, I put him in like a box behind me? Maybe he's in one of these boxes. I wanted to show him off. He's a X-White Euro Charizard from Flashfire. He looks really good. Can you check Discord for a friend request? You unfriended me? I'm crying. All right, I've accepted the friend request. Where did I put him? I just got him. Maybe he's on the table. Hold on. Hold my scissors. This pair of scissors right here, this samurai sword, has cut open, and I wish I was exaggerating, millions of dollars of booster packs. Maybe close to $5 million. All right, let's see. All right. Ooh, I bought that recently, didn't I? Gyarados Polestar. Big fan of that. I can't find him. I can't find my Charizard. How can I show him off if I can't find him? I don't think I put him on the table. I can't believe I can't find him. There's just too many slabs. I cannot find my own slabs. It's a travesty. Gotta be in like this box or something. Could I have put him on a different table? Hold on. Maybe he's on a table he's not supposed to be on. I have no idea where it went. Well, that sucks, because if I want to do one of those, if I want to do another video showing off my personal collection, I'm not going to be able to show off the one card that I want to show off. Wait, maybe I put him here. The problem is, there's too many slabs, and so I end up putting them down flippantly. No. I end up setting a slab down flippantly, like it doesn't matter, but then I can't find it. For the love of me, I can't find it later. I'm going to go crazy. Dang, dude, I just want to see the thing that I bought. All right, I'm giving up for now. I'm giving up. Let's get back to the orders. Nobody's ever seen scissors like this before. This is pretty cool. And every year that I use the same pair of scissors, and look how dirty it is. Ugh. This is a dirty pair of scissors, I guess, rubbing my hand. Every year I use it, it gets older and grosser. I'm gonna buy like a special samurai holder display case, but instead of the samurai sword, I'm gonna put the scissors in it whenever I do retire. There we are. I sent you a message, a proposition. I'm already married, thank you. Let's see, he says, are you offering to trade in the icebreaker for 100? I might be open to that. Okay, Christova, you've got $26, Christova. Where did my Charizard go? I swear. I still can't concentrate because I want to know where it went. Man, sucks. That's cool with me. Can I get a refund for the Slowpoke? Yes. Let's get a refund going. No problem. Doobie doobie Scooby Buns. That blade tastes a lot of blood from the booster packs. Yes, true. Stories will be told about scissors and the man who wielded them. The booster pack scissors. Sneep. Oh, the last 7 days have been bad according to PayPal. We've had a slow week. That's crazy because the previous 2 weeks were crazy, very busy weeks. Something changed this week. Something in the wind. Oh, wait a second. You didn't ask to ship. You asked for a refund. I can change that, mister. What? Mister, I decided to just take your advice and stick in with the stock market and forget about it. That is good advice, to just not worry about it. Don't think about it. The stock market could go way down. It could go way up, but don't look at it. Just put it in a closet and walk away from it for 20 years, just like a Pokemon card. Don't try to manage your stock portfolio. Garrett, 1 prismatic evolutions, 1 halo. Ah, yes, the upper deck halos. Halo. Where'd those cards go? Oh, here they are. Found them. All right. Do you have a slab menu, or is it only on display? So if you join our Discord server, which is a link in our description, you can find a link to the Discord server. If you join the Discord server, give me a second. Aha. We kind of use it like a website, the Discord server. And you can see we got a list of channels right here for stuff for sale. You see that one up there, All Slabs March. Let's click on that. And then take a look at that. All these pictures of the table. So that channel gets updated constantly. It'll be like deleted and then remade, and all brand new pictures on slabs with brand new prices. So that is one way to look at what has already been updated. And then when you want to buy something, you just tell me, oh, I got it from Discord. You posted it on, March 4th or something like that. I'll go find the picture. Sorry for all the questions. Oh, no, you don't got to apologize at all. Very normal questions. You can ask me all the questions you want. You can get weird if you want. Here it is. You can ask me, are you more of a butts or a boobs kind of guy? And I'm going to tell you, I'm more of a long tummy kind of guy. Whoa, that's a pretty good pack. Pack, 1 Master Chief Special Holo. That is very lucky. This does not pop out often. We are. Oh. Right. People have boobs and butts, and nobody talks about stomachs. Stomachs are very sensual. We are. All right. Very good. Okay. Here's, Monkey Dory. Duskull Master Ball. This has been an overall pretty good round for you. You pick up a Master Ball of a decent Pokemon and a Master Chief. All right, very good. Very good. Ooh-hoo-hoo. Oh-ho-ho. Garrett. Thank you, Garrett. Long midriff or long tummy. Something about, you see a girl's tummy, I just get really hungry, like I'm going to eat. Garrett with the G. Get that hungry feeling deep in my stomach. Let's see. Greg. Longing for tummies. We're looking for Garrett's bag. Aha. What's your opinion on Trump's taxes? Are you talking about the tariffs on other countries, or like taxes in this country? He said no taxes on tips. Doesn't really benefit me. I think that you notice how the Harris campaign also said no taxes on tips right afterwards. I think that that's a careful calculation. What they're doing is they're saying which swing states have a lot of people who get a lot of tips. Maybe like Nevada, for example, a lot of workers there, maybe they receive tips. So they're choosing what to give a tax break on based on which swing states they're going to get the most benefit from. So no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. I like that one a lot. I was an overtime worker when I worked for Coca-Cola. I worked many overtime hours. It's sort of brutal. You work much harder than the people around you, and then you get taxed extra because of it. It feels like a punishment. It feels like the state is punishing you, not the company, but the state. And so I think removing that tax is correct, because people who work extra hard should just be allowed to keep their money. Those guys are not making I don't know. It depends on who you talk about when it comes to overtime. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Maybe I need to restructure my business so that when I work 60 hours a week to 70 hours a week, 30 of that is untaxed. But anyways, I don't know if I can do that. Maybe I can. Yeah, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. I think that's fair. I don't think that changes much in the country, do you think? He also changed one other rule, no tax on Social Security benefits. Once again, it looks like a very carefully chosen tax benefit to a very specific voter block in order to maintain, popularity, which is what a politician is supposed to do. So he's playing the game. Carlton Wicks, Umbreon break, Holo shuffle. You got it. Going into that Umbreon break. Yeah, when we show off the Umbreon break, people get excited for it. Working at an auto manufacturer and getting crazy overtime, and then they tax it to high hell is brutal. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. You worked those extra hours. You made that sacrifice. You're telling me people who work less and, don't put in that extra effort don't have to pay that higher taxes, but you do because, what, you worked harder than them? Like, it's like a punishment for being good. Oh, you're good? Here it is. Oh, yeah. So that's appropriate. And, people like tax breaks, We are. We're going to need higher taxes on you so we can afford to give more of your money to all these other countries. All right, there we go. Holo shuffle. All right. Ho-ho. Get wired. You say, how many inches does a banana have to before you classed as gay for eating it? What? I worked almost 20 hours overtime 2 weeks in a row. The taxes on them was so bad. Yes, you pay a higher taxes on it. So, Mr. Brandon, I'm going to go get that coin. You're trading in a coin for $100. 1, 2, 3. And 1. Oh, not bad. Articuno 10, -5. We never chose a star card. We have to choose a star card. So those are the Holo shuffles. So $5 shuffle box where you get a random Pokemon card, but the card could turn into a slab like this one. And that's what just happened for him. Now this can fit. Good. That is a completely full box. Isn't that fun? Crazy Holo round. That's a good one. Look, he got that for $5. That's what really makes the Holo shuffle so enticing. But don't forget this. That means a bunch of other people have to pull cold. They have to pull cold ones for this to be possible. So the box is colder now, right? Be aware of that. You can actually lose quite a lot of money in there. So I like to remind people of that so they have reasonable expectations. There it is. The one shuffle snipe. That's what everyone wants. It's the one shuffle snipe. Okay, good. For all you know, he might be the one to pull that Umbreon too. That would be pretty big. Sarah with the big order. OP9 Japanese box and 6 Holo shuffles. All right, Miss Sarah. See if Sarah has some luck as well. Good luck, Sarah. I ran out of Holos, though. It's about to be called the non-Holo shuffle because I ran out of Holo cards. I don't have any more. So now I'm just using just like non-Holo cards. Okay, we got Starmie, Magikarp, Love Disc, Ladybug, Weavile, Mousehold. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So somebody has to miss for somebody else to have a hit. Here we are. In this case, Sarah got a miss. OP9 Japanese. Where's my OP9 Japanese? All right, but that doesn't matter because Sarah is about to pull Goldie Roger out of our OP9s. You ready? Now, we still have some more of those tag slabs to open and price. Looks like we have 2 more rounds of that, about 10 slabs left. Not a lot. They're almost all sold, too. I'll mention that. Almost all of them sold. So that's pretty crazy. You guys really like them. Keep the Holos. All right, so she's donating the Holos back. They'll be reused. All right, here it goes. Is this centered well? I like it when the camera's centered just right. The new trademark for Pokemon sets was found. No longer Scarlet Violet era. Ooh. It's going to be Pokemon AZ soon. And then it's going to be whatever Pokemon Gen 10 is. Gen 10. That's exciting. I'm ready for a new Pokemon game. I won't lie. I did not personally like Scarlet Violet. I do love Pokemon, though. And so I'm curious what the next area is going to be and what the new starters are going to be and if they're going to come up with some crazy good designs. I'm ready for a new evolution, like a steel type or some crazy stuff. Crazy type shit. And I'm ready for a new Gengar type Pokemon. I'm ready for a new Charizard type Pokemon. Like, we got Baxcalibur, I guess. He was kind of like Tyranitar a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't like him too much. Does anyone like Baxcalibur? I feel like he looks kind of goofy. In Japan, it's going to be Mega. Blah, blah, blah. Hey! It's theorized it will be a year-long card block like the Tag Team series since Gen 10 is still far out. Is it really? So we're going to have Legends CA for a while. Okay. I'm down with that. I'm down with that. That's cool with me. I want to know what they do. Oh, here we go. Whatever Pokemon does seems to work out in the end, so we'll see where it goes. I freaking hated Baxcalibur. Freaking Baxcalibur. Everyone in wrath gooning over the new Hex Maniac design in Pokemon Legends. Hex Maniac. Hex, is that a girl? I can't remember. What's Hex? Everyone in wrath, huh? And wrath. Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia. Water type flying What? Sarah totally did get a mango manga rare, but it's still not Goldie Roger. Where the hell is Goldie Roger? Look at that, Sarah. Everything is going fine for Sarah. I got to remember, you've had some pretty good luck on this channel. Because sometimes you have a bad round, and I feel bad for you for a while. Wow, that's a couple $100, right? That was too easy. All right, Goldie Roger. Don't show that to Devin A. He might get annoyed. I love Hex Maniac. It's going to be a copy and paste, no voice actors. I got you. No voice acting again. Pokemon's got to up their game a little bit, but, you know, I'm still interested in the Legends Arceus game. To be honest with you, I saw the new mechanic where you can kind of lead your Pokemon around to get out of the range of an enemy's attack, and that is so exciting. I'm very interested in that. I would love it if there was a Pokemon mainline series similar to Legends Arceus where the game was very different. Like the combat system was very different. So in general, that is very interesting. So a turn-based mainline game and maybe an action-based mainline game. Both of those sound very good. So I'm glad Pokemon's experimenting to some degree. Legends Arceus, I thought the music was pretty decent, and the design kind of, I think, rips off of, Legend of Zelda to some degree. So I thought it did all right, but overall, I didn't love it. It's like a 6 out of 10 for me, to be honest. I'm a harsh critic, though, okay? So when you hear that, I'm a harsh critic of anything, of all things. And I'm ready for them to put out a Pokemon game that's a straight 10 out of 10. Like, the story blows your mind. There's a real bad guy. Pokemon designs are out of this world. Music is drop dead gorgeous. Amazing sound effects. Battle that's super tough. And, like when you play like a FromSoft game, you're always blown out of the water at the level of detail and the level of artistry involved. Pokemon's always sort of like, meh, you know what I mean? Like, here it is, the generic building, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of that going on with Pokemon, but Pokemon just sells, man. They win in some direction. They win in the direction of having, like, the cutest little animal designs ever. And I feel like Pal World proved that, because Pal World had success. What was their success from? They basically did a copy and paste homework, copy my homework, but make it a little different. They did that with Pokemon, and they had major success right afterward, because it turns out it's the design of the animals that matters the most. And Pokemon's already got all these great designs. I just want to see new designs that are really good. When we got Legends Arceus, we got a variety of new Pokemon with Legends Arceus, like the Hisuian Samurott, and I want to know if they do that again. Pokemon is aimed for children. You got to temper expectations. Pokemon shouldn't be aimed at children. There should be Pokemon for adults, because we started in 1999. It's 2025. It's like a really, really far time period later. In fact, it started earlier than that in Japan. It started in 1996. So next year it will be 30 years old. 30 years old. That means even if you're 10 years old when you started Pokemon, you're 40 now. Right? Think about that. 40 years old now. So there's nothing wrong with aiming Pokemon toward grown-ups. Even like PG-14 or 13, I mean. PG-13 is fine. You know, it doesn't have to be that bad. So, but they should have a hard mode, no matter what. Even if the game's very sort of like Cutesy Wootsy Barney the Dinosaur, Caillou, Arthur and friends. Even if they stick to that formula, there should be a hard mode at this point. The fact that there's no hard mode in the game, a huge L. They gotta improve, man. They gotta do better than that. There's so many adults playing this game. Give us a hard mode. That's better for Twitch. That's better for YouTube Live. Something that really challenges you, like most people can't beat it. You know what I mean? Give us a hard mode so that we can prove what a gigantic video game nerd we are. And if they don't do that, it's just a missed opportunity. Because you can have children mode and adult mode packed into one game, and it wouldn't even be that hard, would it? All they'd have to do is implement some of the rules that people already self-impose with their Nuzlocke runs. All right, Sarah, I believe you have a box, don't you? You have a box, Sarah? Let's see. Let's have a box. Ah, 7,000, baby. Ooh. Hard mode is player versus player. That's strictly competitive mode. And maybe people don't want to have strict competitive mode. Maybe they actually want to just do PvE. PvE. Pokemon was made famous for PvE, not competitive. Competitive comes for just, like this Wolf Glicky guy or whatever, right? He does competitive. But everyone who plays Pokemon, the majority of people who play Pokemon, they don't buy that game to do competitive, I promise you. They're playing PvE. They're relaxing the PvE. All right, Seva. Seva baby. Pokemon is your team versus another. That's the core part of the game. There it is. I'd sub to an official OnlyFans Pokemon card channel, Carp on Carp action. Have you guys seen the Dark Pokemon CGI reel with Kangaskhan and Hypno? I want to see Jesse and James get it on and make an 18-plus game, bro. Imagine they made a Pokemon game where it was never really like rated R. It was rated PG-13, but you could have like a girlfriend or a boyfriend in the game, and they would like tag along with you as sort of like a, co-op mode. And it was just a computer, of course. But they would do things like let you edit the clothing style of your partner, stuff like that. There's a lot of cool ideas they can implement that they just don't. And it's always tricky to figure out where do they put all their time, because it's like definitely not in the graphics, definitely not in the design of the buildings and the trees and the planes or anything like that, right? So where does all the money go? And it's just, I don't know, it's not clear. But, Legends Arceus music was good at least. I felt that Pokemon Scarlet Violet and Pokemon Sword and Shield, I felt that the music wasn't that good. And that's not good because Pokemon music, it has to be iconic. I feel like Pokemon music, it sells itself on the beautiful and iconic soundtracks that are so recognizable after you've played the game. Law, what virtual girlfriend ain't it? Mr. always trying to add electronic girlfriends to everything. I watched his Monster Hunter review. No, it's essential because, I think that is one of the major things going on when it comes to selling a product nowadays is the ability to have this sort of like virtual life where you're not totally lonely. And I think that's the pandemic right now is the total loneliness in the world. So when I'm judging a game as a product, see, I'm like a video game connoisseur a little bit, right? Like I'm going, like the guy with the golden ice cream spoon and he's tasting the ice cream. So I'm doing that. I'm going, how will this product sell? And what could make it more addictive, right? So, Skyrim figured out how to have like a wife in Skyrim or a husband in Skyrim years ago. And there's so many games that don't implement concepts like that where it would easily fit into the game and extend the replayability. And I don't know why they don't implement it. It doesn't make sense. So I would have done it. I would have directed my team that is worth billions of dollars to do this and do that. So we would have figured that stuff out already. All right, so here we go. Sarah Dusenberry got a nice clip. Let's go ahead. Let's going to say Sarah pulls mangoes at 2:09. Haha, RuneScape girlfriend paid $40K for one. I wonder if my old RuneScape girlfriend's okay. I love Nintendo, but they're so bad. Adult version of Pokemon is real-life bills and depression. The music for Scarlet Violet was great. The gym battle music from Sword and Shield was amazing. Oh, I hated the gym music from... I think the worst gym music I've ever heard was from Sword and Shield. Oh, whoa. Yeah, that was terrible, dude. I think they were trying to mimic like music you would hear in like a stadium or something. All right, let's go ahead and put this over here. No, I hated it. Sword and Shield. Scarlet Violet was definitely better than Sword and Shield, but I also felt that a lot of the Scarlet Violet music was just like rehashed versions of older Pokemon music, which is not good. I think that's not smart. You got to create original soundtracks. All right, and that was actually true for Legends Arceus too, by the way. So we want original soundtracks more than anything else. Here's Evaltol. You're in Stadium battling. Nah, I hated it, dude. I couldn't stand it. It was so sad. It was so not like Pokemon music. It needs to feel like Pokemon. Has to. Like, I get it. There's such a thing as stadium music, but this is Pokemon specifically. All right, Dustin, let's get your 4 Holo shuffles. No electronic girlfriends. Dan original soundtracks. Get the order right. What? Oh, electronic girlfriends, then original soundtracks. Mr. needs to stick with Hello Kitty Island Adventure. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! And 1, 2, 3, 4. Also, Gen 1's the best Gen. Here's Chansey, Palmy, Love Disc. Love me, say that you love me. All right, Dustin, you pulled Articuno. The other Articuno got pulled. Back-to-back Articuno pulls. That kind of makes sense. They probably went into the box around the same time. Wow, lucky day for you, man. Love me, love me. All right. Okay, can I do this? There we go. Negative Gen 3. We now know Mr. is Primaband from Club Penguin. I'll be over here enjoying the good and bad of Pokemon's. Harumph. Here we are. We are. Well, at least you're admitting there is a bad. Dustin Robertson. Dustin Robertson. All right. Very good. Ooh. What is the Mega Break? So the Mega Break is this first edition Neo Genesis Suicune, graded CGC 10. Wow. Pretty crazy. Pretty cray-cray. He's priced at $2,400. I think that's fair. I think I saw a PSA 10 of this selling for like $1,200, something like that. I don't know what he actually goes for, but that's a really impressive card. Love me, love Mr. Brandon, combining 66 with the $18 that I originally had reserved for shipping of BGS in July for one Nikkei box, using $100 store credit from Silver Coin for a second Nikkei box. Well, all right, let's do that. So, Mr. Brandon. Okay, sounds good. Every game series had bad points. If you can admit that, then you're a shill. Wait, what? Okay, so 2 Nikkei boxes is what you ultimately want. 2 Nikkei boxes. And do I happen to have those? I have to go get them. So bear with me. 2 Nikkei boxes, everybody. Love me, say that you love me. All right, that took a minute. Very good. Mister will step on a Lego and collapse. Could happen. but will it happen? Doobie-doobie-doo. So this is the coin in question, Mr. Brandon. All right, we got a little coin for sale here. Okay. And now you got 2 boxes. 2 of these. Both are really. All right. Mister should have put on the Sword and Shield gym battle music so we could rock out to that while he's gone. Oh. One day Mister will walk off and not come back. That could happen. You know, Karis is asleep. So let's say I was walking to the basement and I had like a heart attack in the basement. No one's coming for me. You guys won't know about it. Karis won't know about it. Just be dead. How's that for morbid? Okay. Oh, goodness. iPad Kid Chansey is back. iPad Kid Chansey? What? All right. So, box number 1. Number 1. Box number 2. The cat's finding first. We feast! All right. Very nice. All right. My dog would never eat me. Here we are. Very good. Oops. Dark turn. Very good. Look at that nice kabutops over there. Ooh. Lovely. The Chansey with the egg is definitely an iPad Kid. I like egg. Me, Chansey. Here you are. All right. Very good. Okay. Very nice. Cats in Mordor. All right. This Chansey is what RFK Jr. thinks happens if you get all your vaccines. Cats in Mordor. All right. So we've got... Oh, fat booby girl. Boop. Here's a holo. Are you a DILF? Yeah, what do you think, baseball mitts? Are you a DILF? Here we are. Here's... Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. I could still get it, I swear. Some more holos. Here's a holo. Oh. That's volume. She got the biggest booty in Nikkei. Oh, my God. All right. What happened to that Mega Charizard? Did it become a break? I don't even know where it's at anymore. I tried to find it. I set it down somewhere. I can't find it anymore. I wanted to show it off. It is. Okay, violinist. Ta-da. I still got it. Yeah, here we are. All right, good. Here we are. Mm-hmm. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Have you seen those Misty waifus? Misty waifus? What are you talking about? Okay, sniper rifle. Oh, yeah, I was quoted a price on these by my supplier, and he quoted a higher price. These have gone up in price, and I have not adjusted my menu. I forgot about that. So, Nikkei, selling through. You can't just buy a card like that and lose it without showing it off at all. Yeah, where is it? It's so weird. You're saying I didn't show it off at all? It was delivered, right? Hold on, let me look. It was delivered, wasn't it? I swear I had it. Delivered. Yeah, it says delivered. Says delivered. You showed it like for 10 minutes. All right, so he's here somewhere. He's not over on this side, is he? INTL is over on this side. No, he's not over here. Okay. Super weird. I had to have set it down into one of the boxes. That's what I think happened. He went into one of these boxes. All right, ready? Mr. Brandon. That's my favorite part of Jar Jar Binks. Stugging it to reel 34. Like the stream, y'all. Snipping this. All right, very good. All right, put this here. Aha. Very nice. Let's see. Putting this back over here. Very good. Here's a holo. I hit the like button 5 times, doing my part. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Very nice. Picking up a nice Siggy. Mr. Brandon. You got bluish hair girl making a oh no face, but also doing a heart with their hands. That is 100% Asian anime girl degeneracy. Yeah, she's like, no! All right. Here's a holo. What she's doing with her hands doesn't match her face. Here's a holo. That's a top signature. That's not a secret. That's a top Siggy? I want that one. Here you are. You're going to have to give it back. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Here's Evil Kitty. Meow. All right, you got Evil Kitty. Look at this character. She like putting her finger in her mouth. Who puts their finger in their mouth for anything? Unless you're like picking your tooth. All right. Well, shucks. Gotta pick these oysters out of my teeth. Made private Siggy, last sold raw, $190. Hey, there you go. You got a good one. Now I forcibly send you to. Now I forcibly send it off to BGS without your permission. Here you are. Here's a holo, and here's a full art. All right, very nice. I failed to pet Kitty because it's Evil Kitty. There we go. Ooh. There we go. So it's a real win some, lose some situation because you had a bad round before, and now you're having a good round. How nice is that? Okay. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Some people are extremely lucky and they primarily only get hits. Some people are extremely unlucky and they get only bad pulls. Most people get average pulls. All right, let's see. That nice Lickitung, he's $170. Knockdown, $36. That's a cool card. Turtwig. Another Knockdown. Farticuno. And Radondis. Okay, good. We have Mr. Brennan, Japanese OP9, or JP OP9, Mr. Brennan. Mr. Brennan, I'm going to open this for you. Here it is. All right. I think you're pretty new, so I want to introduce you to a little rule we have. It's not written down anywhere, so I always have to tell people. But we have a $7 minimum order rule, okay? Now, that's because there's a flat fee with PayPal in particular. They do a 50-cent flat fee. So if an order is ever too small, it actually starts to cost me a lot to process it. There it is. But you didn't know that, so you didn't do anything wrong because there's no place where you could have read that. We didn't write it down anywhere. Mr. Brennan, picking up a cute SR. Very good. We did not write that down anywhere. Here's Mr. Travis. Umbreon Spot, no hard feelings. I apologize for tonight, and I look forward to a professional and continue doing business. Let me go unmute you then in that case. Give me a second here, because that is a nice way. You know, this kind of stuff happens every now and then. Let's see. Oh, they changed it, huh? I guess I haven't been here in a while. Mr. All right, welcome back, Mr. Pokey Pitch. Yes, let's get along and just be cool. Here's this going into the Umbreon. Somebody just got hidden. All right, there we go. For Articuno, not to be confused with heat wind waves. Thank you, Law, says Alex. Yeah, I don't know who Dilf is. I recognize the name, though. I feel like Dilf has been here before, but I don't think Dilf is a customer. I suspect Dilf is a secondary account. All right, Mr. Travis. Here we are. All right. Okay. No previous stream, says Wrath. Oh, it actually shows you that. I didn't know that. Here we are. I did not know that. Popping this in here. How many people we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 6 people here. All right. And we're going to grab this Umbreon back to the front. That's going to tick up to 6. All right. There we go. Very nice. Look at that Umbreon. 6 out of 21. And we are all caught up on the openings. So now we can open up some more tag slabs. Hello, Brandon. How's the job front, buddy? Oh, job front. I read that wrong. So, excuse me. How about these tag slabs? Ooh. I'm getting so many comments on YouTube about the tag grading video I just put up. No more Topps first movie. I do have some of those left. I pulled them all down. Ooh, a little Charizard. Look at that. So this is from Shiny Treasure, and it's not really a rare card. It's just a nice card. So it's a nice Charizard. He's probably going to be like 25 bucks. Look up a job like picking up poop. Oof. ZELLE set. Okay. Well, let's see. Charizard. 115. All right, Charizard 115. We want the cheapest one, of course. We don't want to pay for the most expensive one. 29. 29. Very good. Oh. All right. Okay. Now let's see what the next card is. Give me a moment. That card might sell really fast. Oh, no, this one got a 9. Ugh. Oh, look how cute that was. Oh, what a miss, dude. Ancient Roar Magby artware. Yeah, dang, dude. I wonder why it missed. I could kind of see it. The corners aren't exactly perfect. All right. Okay. Okay, let's grab this over here. Very nice, Mr. Magby. Putting this in here. Ooh. Poor Magby. We'll just set him up for $24 real fast. How much are the booster packs? All right, let's try this. So we got Magby open. Here's, what's this? Tossing this. What do we got? Oh, Dusclops. Look at that Dusclops. Another Dusclops. Should I sign a second Dusclops, you think? I could sign a second one. I don't sign cards very often, so yes, so we'll sign another one. How is tag pricing compared to PSA? They're similar. Similar pricing, which kind of makes no sense. The Charizard's gone. So it kind of makes no sense if they're similar priced, right? Because PSA offers a lot more value, in my opinion. But people like the tag grading right now. It's popular right now, so. The signature has no extra price tag to it. It's just the same price as a Dusclops 10. So if you've always wanted a Siggy, here's a chance to grab one. But it's on a Pokemon card that I really like. All right, very good. Okay. What's this going to be? Oh, Big Man Blastoise. All right. Pokemon Go Blastoise. That is looking good, man. Big Man Blastoise. Okay. Wow, he is so affordable. He is not expensive at all. Lord and Savior. All right, so here it is. Even a great pose for the meme. Big Man Blastoise. Big Man Blastoise. 33? How's he so cheap? There must be too many of them. Dude, I should just go onto the market with a huge chunk of money and buy like $20,000 of these Pokemon Go cards and just like pack them up somewhere. Oh my gosh, that's not going to cost anything either, is it? That's Radiant Eevee. So beautiful. Wow. Okay. Grabbing this. Very nice. Okay. Tossing this in here. I'll take the Blastoise. That was fast. You guys like it when we have fun, affordable 10s. I notice. Those just sell, sell, sell. An affordable 10 is something that's in the $40 price range. And the cheaper the better. And it's got to look good. And if that's available, it's gone. And so I don't even ever have them for sale. Okay, so the Eevee is going to cost a little more. Go. That's going to be 42. Lovely. So there we have it. Very nice. I would have copped that one instead of the Zard. I need to be up in 3.5. Should I sleep? You should sleep, Tammy. We'll be okay. Okay. So, oops, we did that order. Let's hit refresh. Okay, give me a second. Grabbing this. So Brennan bought the Charizard 4 minutes ago. It looks like it does go to Mr. Brennan. Very nice. Okay, Mr. Brennan. Oops. Lovely. Which for the Zard? Nice how the tag slabs really focus on the card. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Lovely. Ivan Rodriguez grabs the Magby. Here you go, Ivan. Wow, I can't, all the tag slabs are sold, basically. It's crazy. Okay, now we have Andrew A. Martin, the Bubble Mew Break, and a Knockdown. Okay. Almost the entire submission is sold in one day. I think it's also just because I had really good taste on what I sent out. So I sent out really nice cards. Very nice. Okay. So Bubble Mew Break. All right, let's see. We're going to grab... Is the Bubble Mew Break still a thing? Hold on. Why don't I see it on the table? Shouldn't it be on the table? Grab this. Thank you. First slab, I'll send the 9 for shipping right now. Nice. All right. Let's see. Weird. I don't see it. Huh. Weird. I don't see the Bubble Mew. We didn't take it down, did we? I don't remember canceling the Bubble Mew. Do you guys remember canceling the Bubble Mew? Super excited to get my first slab. Give me a second here. All right. All right. Oops. Move this back up here. I can't find the Bubble Mew. The Bubble Mew must be somewhere. Let's see. We didn't finish it. I remember we had 2 Mews on the table, and I thought that was too many Mews, but I didn't actually cancel the Bubble Mew. All right, let's see. Oops, hold on. What do I think of WAG grading? I've never graded with WAG grading. There's certainly a lot of different grading companies right now. But other than that, I don't have a strong feeling about it. Wait. Oh, they don't even encapsulate the card. So WAG grading just... Oh, maybe they do. Hold on. Oh, so you can send your cards in for raw grading and they don't encapsulate it. Really? That's really funny. Maybe they don't charge you much to do that. Hold on. Did it move to Slab away? Do they mean the Korokoro Mew? No, he said the Bubble Mew. There's one person in the Bubble Mew. Yeah, hold on. The Bubble... This is still here. So Matthew Hill's in there. I don't see it on the table. Could I have moved it when I was... oh, I bet I moved it. Where did I move it to? I moved some of the slabs when I was trying to record a video. Or maybe the sticker fell off of it. So let's keep looking. Sticker could have fallen off. Nice cheap Dragonite there. Want to buy some Topps first movie, but not sure how much to send. There's no price, says Drew. Hello, Drew. I just do not have any for sale at the moment. They all sold out, unfortunately. That one was really popular. I could try to get more of it. We're checking to see if the Bubble Mew is still on the table and, like, the sticker fell off. All right, well, what I'll do is I'll write the card up and I'll put it into the Pokeball bag. I don't know where the Bubble Mew went. It must have gotten moved. Andrew A. Martin. Here you go, Andrew. It doesn't matter, though. I have a couple of them. But I'd like the one that I set up. There you go. They give you it like a pre-grade condition, like mint near mint LP. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. What do you guys think of that? There you go. If it got canceled, just let me know. It's actually not canceled. I just must have set it somewhere. Maybe it's with that missing Charizard. It's not here. If I moved it somewhere, it probably would have been moved very close by. What do you think? Oh, I wonder if I could have grabbed it and put it... Could I put it in this box? Hold on, let's see if it got put in this box at all. Could it have gone down by mistake? Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. That made the most sense. I realized it could have accidentally gotten grabbed with the group that was going down. I have a WAG slab and it's very heavy. I really like the label. Wow, there's so many card companies to grade with these days, you know. All right. Very nice. So this is now at 2 out of 13. Aha. The mystery of the Mew Bubble Slab has been solved. Cool. Cool. Sent the 9 for shipping and address. Nice. All right, we'll get you shipped out. Mr. Mime. Check all slabs March. Here's Charmander. If you send a card and it comes back as mint, you can send it back for grading to be encapsulated, and you're guaranteed a 9 or better. Oh, that's cool. So, like, they will retain the grade on it, I suppose. Maybe they believe the sticker that they give you is a serious security, you know, like it's trustworthy. Andrew says Big Man Blastoise. Yes, the Big Man Blastoise for just $33. So affordable. There it is. Okay. Carlos says EV Tag Slab. What is he talking about? EV Tag Slab. $42. I must have priced it earlier. Oh, the Radiant EV. Yes, here it is. My brain almost forgot we did that. All right. Very nice. Gotta have strong hands to crack them. I'm a big man of that Blastoise. Ooh. Hey, it's Gregory. How's it going, Gregory? Would you consider a submission with WAG anytime in the near future? I really enjoy hearing your opinions on things because I know you're very knowledgeable in the market. It's called a WAG grading. WAG grading. Sometimes grading returns are really fun videos, actually, so we can give it a try. I'll write it down. I don't know if I'll do it really soon, but I'll write it down. All right, there you go. Very nice. And Miss Sarah, she says 3 of the OP PRV1 English. Sarah, you better not double whammy tonight with 2 mangas. Is TCC grading still a thing? It is, but it's like super duper slowed down. Like super omega slowed down. We are? All right. All right. Very nice. Very good. My focus is more on the table more recently. The real problem is I'm a busy guy. That's the real problem. So that is the problem here. I'm a very busy man. I got everything I do for this card shop. It's like a one-man card shop, and we do a lot in sales. We do a lot of sales. That means we got to move a lot of product in and a lot of product out. So it's just a massive amount of work. And I don't have a team. It's really just me. It's me and Alexis. And Alexis is moving to California. She's going back to California. She says she's going to move back in June, I think. And so she's not going to be doing encapsulations, and neither will I, because I've done the math. Time-wise, I should be here on the stream. Not just that, but my other YouTube channel is now busy. The TheCardconomist YouTube channel. You check it out. It's got 130,000 subscribers. That's a Monster Hunter channel. Monster Hunter just launched. So now I'm even more busy. So I'm just in this situation where I'm really busy. And so card grading is taking a back seat. Now, what could happen, one day I could reduce my work hours and just have more time for it. That would mean less streams here. I could hire someone new, and that person can take an interest in the card grading, and, you know, we'll practice card gradings again for a while until we get it. Or it just remains this really slow thing. So it's something I can do, but it's something that I prefer not to because time-wise, it doesn't make as much sense. It's just going live right here on this table. We are. Ooh. All right. Very nice. But it's still here. I got all the equipment, all the labels, the ink. I got all of it. So if I wanted to encapsulate something, I could encapsulate all day long. We are. Lack of time. Yes, it's a very serious time problem. And card encapsulation takes skill. Not something you want to do casually. If you move to Vegas, I'll work with you. I'd love to do the encapsulation. Kirsten and I have talked about it a lot. There's no chance we're moving to Vegas. We've decided we don't like the high temperatures. So there's no chance for Vegas. We have considered Reno, and we've considered Jacksonville, Florida, Wyoming, and South Dakota. Primarily these 2 places up here for their total tax burden being lower. Jacksonville for the beach, and Reno for the mountains at Lake Tahoe. So those are the options right now. We haven't really considered many other places. But did you guys know in January, which was just about a full month ago, in January, maybe about a little over a month, the Republicans in Missouri are saying that they're going to implement no state taxes in Missouri. Ta-da! So if they do that, I might just stay in Lake of the Ozarks. If they do that, maybe we get a house in St. Charles, and we keep our houses in Lake of the Ozarks as well. They become proper vacation homes, and we live in a house in St. Charles or St. Louis, and we just come down here for the lake. So we might do that because, or we just keep buying lake houses out here and run a vacation rental business. So if they do that, they truly implement that, and they only announced it last January, this a month ago. If they implement no income taxes, Missouri already has low sales tax. So, and also they mentioned they want to lower the sales tax as well, because what they want to do is be competitive with these other states. Very clever, in my opinion. So Missouri might be getting no state income taxes very soon. And I can tell you the property taxes out here already are not that bad. If you move to Vegas, I'd love to work with you. How to put in a new water heater. Reno seems pretty ideal. Not coming to Vegas is a huge mistake. Vegas is pretty great. I like Vegas. I like the idea of it. The 120-degree weather is a no-no for me. I don't like heat. Not that much anyways. I like heat for a little while. But the 120 degrees is just too high. Also, I've seen the place. It's kind of ugly. Have you? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too judgmental, but I did an enormous, maybe like 20 hours of research on it. I looked at the place from every angle. You guys get so much desert out there because it's the desert, and it's just brown. Where I live, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. We get these beautiful, Midwest trees, acorns and stuff like that. It's beautiful, like the wolves and the deers with the big antlers, the beautiful lake and giant hills and cliffs. I mean, Missouri is very beautiful. A lot of people don't know that because they don't live in Missouri. But Missouri is a very pretty place, and we don't want to necessarily move. It's just there's just not much over here. Like we used to have like Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, but that got sold to InBev. And we're also known for Enterprise Cards, I guess, and Monsanto, which some people don't like Monsanto. But Missouri is one of those states that is just sort of like flying under the radar, but so is the cost of living is flying under the radar. So it's very affordable out here. And so I'm allowed to live in a cheaper state with lower taxes, but I'm allowed to sell to all the states. I'm allowed to sell cards to Las Vegas, to Texas, to California. So if I wanted to open a card shop, maybe I would move to Las Vegas. But my card shop's on the internet, so it almost makes more sense for me to just stay wherever's cheapest. Cheyenne, Wyoming, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota have a total lower tax burden. Those would be the two places to move, so that I can earn the same amount no matter where I'm living, but have a lower cost of living and have lower taxes at the same time. This gives me more money to do what? Buy more Pokemon cards. So it's like a calculation. It's not really a quality of life necessarily, but maybe that plays a small role. But the heat scares me, dude. I'm not kidding. The heat in Las Vegas scares me. We thought about moving to the mountains just outside of Las Vegas. You guys have the St. Charles or something what's it called? It's called Charleston or something like that. I can't remember. You guys got these big mountains just outside of Las Vegas, and the higher elevation makes the temperature more palpable. So we actually have looked into that, believe it or not, because we would be a 30, 40-minute drive to Las Vegas. Brendan Rodriguez. All right, Mr. Brendan. He is ready for some shipping. Realistically, you spend 5 days a week inside working. Don't worry about the heat. That's true. I spend a lot of time indoors, but that also means that we're going to want to know how much we're going to spend on utilities like air conditioning. Also, I'm an indoorsy person, it's true, but I like to go outdoors when I get a chance to. It's very important for the weather to be nice when I go out. It's good for you. Move to Ohio. We got a Pokemon Distribution Center. Well, we got one of those here at Missouri, too. Check out Cold Creek. I said 5 days being conservative. Took a chunk of meat out of my thumb, but Carpenter's Band-Aid duct tape did fine. We have the mountains in the distance. Yeah, so the mountains, there's actual homes in those mountains. We're tempted to live there. If we did move, that's a possibility. We are concerned that the internet in the mountains is bad. I'm going to keep watching Ozark Law. Let's see. I lived in Kansas for a long time and always missed seeing mountains. Nice. All right, so Mr. Brennan. Karis and I live right on the edge of the Tonka State Park in Missouri is perfect. We can actually see these gigantic hills they're kind of like small mountains, I guess you'd say. They're giant cliffs. And so it's very, very beautiful. I'll send you pictures sometime. And the water, we share the water with the state park. So we have this unusually special home. We are. It's hard to give it up. Every time we've looked at getting a new home, we're like, all right, we could go here, we could go there. And it's like, and all we got to do is give up this home that we're in. And it's like, it's hard to do that. It's a really good home. It's shocking how cheap we got it too. We're like, how did we get this so cheap? So we're paying this lower mortgage to live here. And so it's really hard to justify that move. Just curious how long it takes to ship. No rush. Well, I believe Alexis is going to be in on Thursday. And so the shipping should be done on Thursday. She said she was going to try to come in Thursday and Friday. And then after that, it's a matter of how long will it take to arrive. I would bet probably like five to 6 days. Since you're shipping in the middle of the week, it shouldn't be too bad. If you shipped on Friday night, it would be bad because it wouldn't go out till Monday. Get Starlink. We don't want Starlink for high quality streams. We want a real high quality stream. Got to get the grandkid up in a minute to see you guys later. See you later. All right. We have an order. Jordan Hushmandi. Thank you, Mr. Jordan, for the donation. He's just giving us a nice donation. He's really nice. All right. So, very nice. And I think that's it. I think we're caught up on all the orders. There's no orders in the queue. You know what that means? That means I can open more slabs. You should check out St. George. Waiting to see if another Zard comes up before work. Is my slab included with the pile of cards when shipped? Yes, sir. All the slabs will go out. They'll all go together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the last 6 slabs. They've all sold. They've all sold. Starlink is good enough to stream with. You only output 720, right? This is a 1080 stream, actually. We are. How much time do you have on the lake, the boat? We don't have a lot of time, but that's sort of self-imposed. I kind of do that to myself. And I'm tempted to slow down. I really am. You know, take real days off. Maybe work 4 days a week. I could do that. I just wouldn't make as much money as all. Here we are. Okay. So we got a nice roaring moon. What's this? Oh, another Dragonite. Nice. We saw one of those at the beginning of the stream. Melodic. Just some holographic cards, probably worth like $30. Okay. Ooh, there's a Charizard. These are some cheap cards. Picking up some 10s though, huh? Aw, yeah. Tyranitar. Okay, that's it. That's all the tag slabs from the return. That was a small submission, huh? Double Tyranitar. These have a nice clinky sound when you smack them together. Roaring Moon 9, that's sad. Let's just try to get our money back on this Roaring Moon. Okay. Good. They are not to be clanked. They are not to be clanked. All right. Wow, this is a cute Dragonite. Wouldn't you guys agree? Look at that Dragonite. That is very sexy. Bet you there's none of those graded with the tag 10. Okay, this is Paradigm Dwagonite. Okay. Clank them too hard and they'll crack them. Be careful. Wow, that's a nice looking melodic over there. Isn't that nice? Crazy how some holos look so good. I bet you if you bought this and you just didn't sell it for like 10 years, it would actually get expensive. You know, these holographics. You can grade with tag again, even though they break easily. Well, I will say this. PSA turnaround times have gotten really long, so you'll catch me grading with BGS, CGC, PSA, all three of those, just to help with the fact that the turnaround times are so bad. Might as well throw a fourth company in there. I mean, look, we sold all of them, so there's nothing left. And so I'm out of slabs. I'm having an inventory problem. So, yeah, if I do another submission just to get cards done, you know, that is because I'm running out of cards. Shiny Star, Melodic. We are running out of cards, and it's a problem. Whoa, the Melodic's not cheap. So the Melodic's going to be a pricier one. You want to know why that Melodic costs so much? Because it's already 5 years old. It's actually an older card. It really is. That's what I was just saying with the Dragonite. So over time, these older cards can really go up. Look at that nice Charizard. Do the 10 still have the UPC thingy? Yes. I'd like to think the consistency tag presents with their machine grading will pay off long term. This lovely Charizard here. Get a price on him. So these are my last tag graded cards, and I've sold nearly the entire submission. But of course, they were all very affordable cards, so it's very easy to sell through cards that are cheap. No really big expensive ones. The real question is, do I send them big expensive ones? That's the real question. Okay, here's Big Man Charizard. That's a simple V-Star. So he has a simple price. I mean, I basically don't even make money with that. If that had graded 9, that'd have been a real problem. There's not much money to make there. You could have just sold that raw almost, and it'd have been the same with no risk. On average, I guess. Ruler, Tyrant. Oh, wait, let's just type in Tyranitar. Tyranitar. Big fan of this Tyranitar. I bought a ton of these Tyranitars because I love it. Okay. PSA never budged, even when CGC rose to rival them. I hope it makes changes, but I'm sure they will stay the course. I mean, if you have a winning formula, why change the formula, you know? The only time you make changes is when you're starting to lose. Then you go, what can we change? If you're winning, you don't change anything. You say, keep it the same, please. Okay. I like how clean they look. Yeah, weirdly enough, I think what's working for tag grading is the no label clear slab approach. And so cosmetically, or aesthetically, I should say, aesthetically, they're pleasing. And it turns out that might be the most important aspect of any grading company. That's it. That might be the secret patty formula. Just having a good-looking slab goes a very long way. I imagine CGC had done this. CGC could have done the same thing, couldn't they? If they just did a big upgrade, didn't they? They changed their labels to a black and white label and a golden label. Well, they could have done this, what Tag's doing. They could have had a clear label. Okay, there we go. That's the end of the tag grading. It's all done. All of them are priced. Wow. Many of them selling the moment they hit the table. We did not have a problem with them. Of course, if these had been PSA slabs, it would have been the same. Ivan Rodriguez says Zard Moon. Zard Moon. What's he talking about? Zard Moon? Ivan Rodriguez sent me $15. Oh, okay. He is trying to buy this Charizard right here. Now, you sent me $15 too much. I don't know what the $15 was for. CGC might be sweating after the prototype disaster. We'll never know the true damages. I think CGC has to bring back perfect grade. It just has to. I feel like I have no reason to grade with them because I go after Black Label with BGS. And then, you know, tag grading is going to be chomping at some of their profits too, apparently. So tag grading is going to steal some grades away. PSA is the only real holdout, I feel. PSA's got like this monopoly. And BGS is like where you go for your Black Label if you want to try for that. CGC is not bad, though. I mean, CGC, they're pretty good on affordability. So CGC is impressive that way. Also, like, I can't grade the Karuta cards with either PSA or tag grading. Maybe BGS. I don't know about BGS, but BGS is the most expensive, by the way. So BGS costs more than the other companies. So that's the downside to BGS, unfortunately. The Roaring Moon. Oh, the Roaring Moon. Yes, here it is. Very nice. Okay, thank you. Here's Gilbert Latier. 4 Korean Black Flame and 1 Japanese Freerin. All right, Mr. Gill. One of these. There you go. 4 Korean Black Flames. Let's find those Black Flames. Flame on! Bob McFreeman. Hey, what's up, Bob McFreeman? There it goes. Are there any cards you're excited to get graded to tag at the moment? None in particular. There's not like a particular card set that I go, oh, this has got to go to tag. I just have cards that do need to be graded, that's all. All right, what we got here? Oh, you got the flower. In 14 days, we will get the Assassin's Creed Shadow Blank Show, even if the game is already leaked. Ah, yes. A lot of people were angry at that game because they have like it's like supposed to be Shogun, Japanese, feudal time period, but the main character is like a black samurai, and everyone's like, it's woke! And so that is anticipated that it will do poorly, and we don't know yet. Because there's been a pattern in video games where people do not like DEI video games or like video games where the priority is to have like a political narrative in the video game. Here we are. Ooh. We don't know what'll happen. Maybe it'll sell really well. What do you guys bet? Yes. I think that there's also a degree where people want to punish the company, you know, so it might not sell well just because of the power of social media. It's basically like canceled, but like canceled in reverse, you know, like in the past you would get canceled for not being woke enough. Now you'd be canceled for being woke. And it's a really fascinating idea that as a company you have to be really mindful of the, you know, the feelings of people politically nowadays. New bag? Mr. Gill, we're going to get you a new bag. That Glamora is dope. For my order, I got shipping, but can you hold my Manga Law and Blackbeard? I'd like to get them graded. Ooh. Ah. I'd love to grade some of my cards at Beckett, but I don't know which ones. The ones that'll grade 10. All right. There were people who were offended in Japan by the Assassin's Creed game. They were mad and claiming that it was historic rewriting, that you're trying to change history. There it is. There we go. All right. Can you check for me? Gilbert, we do offer something called like bag sorts and pre-grading. Here we are. And I do that because, maybe because being able to grade a card is a little bit of a skill. So I want to be able to sell my skills, but also is because of it's a time thing. You know what I mean? All right. So we're done with that, Mr. Gil. All right. He likes to be called Gil. And Sarah here says 6 holo shuffles and shipping and keep your 2 cards. All right. Here you go, Miss Sarah. Wow, wow, wow. Look at all those Tyranitar's. Aren't they great? We got to put those into the holo shuffles for sure. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yo. It is 50-50. They're right, but also wrong. There was an actual black samurai in the days, but they have a statue of him for what he did. I heard that he was not actually a samurai and that he was just a guy living in that time period. That's what I heard. It got disliked into oblivion, and the Japanese parliament involved, because the whole story of a black samurai is a bold-faced lie, says Wrath. Yeah, see, that's what I heard, that Japan rejected it and called it historic rewriting. Ooh, that's a cold round. All right. Very nice. Very, very not nice, actually. I'm sorry, Sarah. That was a tough round. Let's grab your box. We got a Sarah box here, but I think we have more Sarah cards over there. The things they're trying to say he did in the game is just all kinds of wrong. A game is supposed to be like fantasy, but I feel like, you know, it has triggered people into saying, hey, we want this to be more historically accurate. None of this really happened. Okay, there we go. You kind of had a lot of cards. Did you know that, Sarah? Sarah had kind of a lot of cards in here. Sarah, big customer. Stop trying to nap my Choco's fat ass. What? Them selling One Piece Zoro sword as his sword. Cold mistress as always. I also have some slabs. Some slabs. All right, Miss Sarah. So you got a double box here. And you got a blank bag here. Do you mind if we keep one junky bag behind with that? I don't think you'd mind, right? Because it might, well, maybe we just get you a really big shipment. Ooh, look at that Trafalgar Law. Now, you wanted to keep Trafalgar Law. Do you remember which one it was, actually? I don't remember. Would that have been also that's also a manga. Yeah, it's also a manga. You pulled a Trafalgar Law manga. That's fine. I'm thinking about it. We might be able to send it anyways. I might be getting you an extra big box. It's called the Big Girl Box. Put this here for people with lots of cards. Word on the street is they have scrapped the Black Samurai from the game. Here's hoping the company just collapses instead. If the company collapses, it's going to be like a memorable thing. Because I feel like, you know, you just watched another company go through a similar thing, and that would be BioWare. Didn't they shut the studio down that worked on the latest Dragon Age? And that game kind of pushed in your face a lot of modern political ideas. Once again, focusing very heavily on political narrative, while not at the same time having a quality of gameplay that even matched previous games, from what I've heard. I never played it. That's what I heard. All right. But I heard a lot of complaints saying that the combat system was like dumbed down. It wasn't like a true Dragon Age game anymore. All right. So, Manga Law, huh? Let's double check that he's still in here. I imagine he would be in here with the cool kids cards. That's yours. Manga Law. Lot of boobies in here. Aha. Ta-da. Wow, doing good, Sarah. Those 2 cards are very good. Wow, this is a Brandon Wong card. I put it into a sleeve for him. Look at those, man. Holy. Dragon Age Veilguard was so bad, they fired the whole writing staff. Oh, the writing staff got fired. I see. So, Sarah, you got both of these cards right here. Let's put them into a sleeve together. How cool is that, guys? That's some money right there. Was Nancy Pelosi's cane really a flask? Here we are. She is looking pretty old, man. She's been in politics my whole lifetime. You are? I would think of her as like a decorated, successful politician, but I'm upset, like many other people are, about her clear insider trading. I feel like that's political. It's like a two-tier system. If you're Martha Stewart, you go to jail for insider trading. If you're Nancy Pelosi, you get to become a 26 millionaire, or whatever she is. What is she worth? Isn't it a lot more than that? Some giant number, isn't it? She did better than Warren Buffett in the stock market. Pelosi net worth. You ready? $240 million. Nancy Pelosi, $240 million. She's a civil servant, but she's worth $250 million as a civil servant. How? How does she do that? Insider trading. That's how. It's insider trading. Martha Stewart went to jail for that. Because it's illegal. Highly illegal. All right. She's not the only one. There's Republicans that I'm sure have done it, and other Democrats that have done it. They're all guilty. They should all be punished. She's just the most famous one, probably. All right. Okay. So now we have... She's just the most famous one. Republicans have done it too. They should all be in trouble. At the very least, they shouldn't be allowed to keep that money. Joshua Ramos, 1 PokeBruh, 1 Holo Shuffle, 1 Paldea Evolved. There should be a fine where they have to give that money back to the American people or something. I don't know. So if you lined up all the politicians who clearly made trades, and you can trace this stuff, you can see what trade they made, and when a bill or a change or a regulation came out for a particular company that they were overseeing or that they would have known about, and then whatever they made on that trade, just take it back and be like, you don't get to have that. That's crazy. Hire some financial guys to do that all day. So Joshua, 1 PokeBruh. If we don't do that, it's kind of a shame, but we probably won't. All right. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. These people do insider trading, and it helps them stay in power. Ooh, that's a cold one. Cold PokeBruh. It helps them stay in power and helps them give people money to help them stay in power as well. And it's just kind of a messed up thing, isn't it? 1 Holo Shuffle. Ooh, because you have a lot of money to run for politics. Insider trading. It's just insider trading. It doesn't matter what team you're on. You could be a Democrat or Republican or Libertarian, somebody who doesn't care about politics, anybody. It's just clear as day. We all know what happened. That's insider trading. And we're all just looking at it going, we're all pretty much agreeing with each other too. Like nobody's standing up and saying, nah. And we're just looking at it, and she just gets away with it. It's crazy. I saw Martha Stewart get locked up for the same thing when I was younger. It's illegal. It's so illegal you go to jail for it. Financial crime. Gyarados. Ooh. All right. I have a bag, Mr. Joshua. BioWare reportedly down to fewer than 100 employees following the layoffs and staff exits. We are Gyarados. I feel like BioWare has to get back to just making a high-quality game. Like, the gameplay needs to be innovative and next level. You know, like when you play the game, whatever the messaging or the narrative in the game is, it has to be so fun that everyone's going to play it anyways. Whether you're on one political team or another political team, you're like, I got to play this. It's fun. They got to get back to that. And then they can do whatever they want with the political messaging. But if the game's not fun, like let's say it's a mediocre game. It's any game, right? It's any game, but it's laden heavily with political messaging. You've got a formula for a disaster because people decide, I don't like this company anymore. They're spoon-feeding me their ideas. So that's what they got to do. They got to go back to just making the best games. That's what Mass Effect was. It was incredibly good. And when I played Mass Effect, you could have like a gay relationship, which was really, that was kind of controversial back then. right? Because we weren't so progressive about LGBTQ back in the day. It was more conservative back in the day. So they were kind of edgy with that stuff. But it just didn't matter because the game was amazing. So conservatives played it, liberals played it, everyone played it. And so you can get away with your political messaging when you've got the best game in the world, not when you have a mediocre game. Ivan Rodriguez says he'll take one of the Tyrannitars. Oops. You just stole him from going into the Holo Shuffle. How nice is that? People said that about Last of Us Part 2, but I love that game. See, that's what I'm saying. So maybe Last of Us Part 2 had a lot of politics in it too, but they made the game good enough that it just gets away with it. You can just say what you want because people are like, I can't stop playing this. But if you were to make a mediocre game and do the same thing, people would be like, I'm so tired of this. Robert says, Oi, bruv, run me two of them shuffles, since Sarah cleared the way. All right, you got it, man. You got it. Excuse me. I still don't get why Martha Stewart went to jail. If I knew a stock was going to tank, I'd sell too. There's strict financial rules around insider trading to make sure that people in the stock market cannot cheat. Because if you cheat, it does hurt people. Like, you and I, who can't cheat, have to play a financial game with people who can cheat. Problem. So that's why they got to make a rule that says no cheating allowed. Here's Kieran and Executor. No special advantages allowed. That's effectively what insider trading was. It's a special advantage. Mr. Robert, two cold ones. Mr. Omar says he will try a Holo Shuffle. Still have the X-Men? Oh yeah, fresh X-Men, guys. This is on the menu now. Fresh new set. Here it is, back here. Topps X-Men, X-Men Finest. So you can pull numbered cards out of here. You can pull a 1 of 1. There's Halo Topps Chrome, or I'm sorry, not Topps Chrome. There's Halo Upper Deck Hobby Box. Oshinoko Volume 2. Battle Styles, and EB2. Those are all brand new sets. We're waiting on a new brand new set to arrive. All right. In Half-Life 2, you team up with the black man and his black Chinese daughter. No complaints because they are act like characters. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's another thing. You're talking about being able to write a story that is political in nature, but writing it so well that it's not sort of just like a slogan that's being slapped, you're being slapped in the face with the slogan. I get that too, right? Like some stories are inherently very political, but they manage to somehow sort of like help you understand, right? Like you understand new perspectives. You actually listen to the arguments and the ideas and you're moved by them. And that's sort of like the sweet spot, isn't it? When you're actually pretty convincing. You are. So you can have stuff in a game that feels good or any story, I guess it's a story really, that fits, it feels good, it's done tastefully, it's done artistically, or you can have a game or a TV show or a movie where it's just sort of like, it's almost like they had a checklist and they're just like, do this, do that, do this. You know what I mean? Or they're very arrogant about it. It feels very arrogant. All right. It's not political at all, Mr. Rath says. That's the point. I see what you're saying. All right. Almost like Alien, you're saying. Like Alien had a strong female protagonist, but now you've got like a lot of stories that try to do strong female protagonists, maybe like Snow White, for example, is coming out soon. And they're just kind of throwing it in your face and you're like, oh God, we get it. She's so strong. She doesn't need any of the 7 dwarves. So it's an interesting problem, and it's really pervasive in a lot of the art that comes out nowadays. When there's too much politics, is it art anymore or is it just propaganda? Right? Like whether it be, let's say, an argument from the conservative perspective or an argument from the liberal perspective, if it's all politics and it's done poorly, it's just a propaganda, isn't it? And people are smarter than ever nowadays. I really think that. I think that people are super hyper educated in the hive mind that is the internet. And so when you come at us with political narratives, you gotta word it real smart. It better be good and not lazy and not just you maybe venting your feelings. You have to be taking those ideas and spoon feeding it to us in a way that tastes good, palpable. And people just don't do that. I don't know why. Here's Andrew A. Martin, 3 Topps X-Men. Ooh, let's get this music playing. Click. I'm going to click on this. All right. So we're back to that. 3 of the Topps X-Men. This is brand new, guys. This set just came out. Topps X-Men. Here they are. Okay. 1, 2, and a 3. Good luck. I'm sure there's some really cool cards in here. It's Topps Chrome. Topps Chrome does not disappoint. Disney is a master of propaganda. You would think so, but they seem to be struggling a lot recently, too, with their recent Star Wars franchises not doing so well, and Snow White's probably going to bomb. So they've been having a lot of doo-doo duds. They're definitely not prioritizing the shareholder, that's for sure, man. They don't. Yeah, all these other companies making tons of money. Ready? All right. Disney is a master of propaganda. Are you ready? Here goes. Here's Sauron. I think politics is best when you kind of present both sides really well in a story, that is, right? So that it's not imbalanced. You want to see both sides. And maybe your politics leans one side. Ooh, look at that Spider-Man. Like, I remember I watched BoJack Horseman. That one was on Netflix. And it was obviously the perspective of the writers was from a liberal perspective. But, it was really funny because they were very self-aware of their way of thinking. And so they would often, what do they call it when you make fun of yourself? Not belittle, self-deprecate. So they would do a lot of self-deprecating humor that sort of broke the fourth wall here and there. And you'd be like, okay, but they get it. Like they know what's going on when they write this way. And so they would often poke fun at their own ideas. And this is a very clever way of talking about modern day, social problems, but without being forcefully propagandist about it. Propagandizing? Is. All right, here's Magneton. Ooh. All right, Exodus. Mary Jane Watson. President Kelly. Oh, President Kelly. Rogue and Darkstar. So the rainbow card here is going to be a little more valuable than the rest. That's your Spectra, or what do they call these sometimes? In Pokemon, it's called a Spectra Rare. Refractor is what they call it, right? Yep, Refractor. So there's your Refractor. There has to be an age limit in the government. Yeah, maybe. That one's tricky. That one is tricky. There is sort of an age limit, and the age limit is whether or not you can win votes. So that's a pretty good age test right there. And so there are older people who are very snappy, and then there are older people who are not so snappy. And I think politics is an area where age can actually be a benefit, because the older a person is, the more they've seen. It's like hiring, wise elders. Supposed to be wise anyways. But I think there also has to be a question of your health. Like, how energetic are you? How active are you? Are you participating? If you're basically already in the senior home, I don't think you should be running. And I don't know how you could show that to the American people, but I think the American people will solve the problem of age on their own, because they're going to notice more recently. They're going to notice, and they're going to really, they might start betting their vote on if you seem too old. In fact, I bet after Joe Biden, he was definitely an example of voting in somebody who was too old, because he could barely talk. People from now on are probably going to discriminate a little harder. They're going to go, is this politician really fit to run, or are they going to make an embarrassment out of our group? Here's Leech. The old heads in power don't want to give up power, so when it gets brought up, they get quiet. Yeah, it's tricky. It is tricky, I think. It is tricky because, again, politics is not like a job lifting bags of sand, right? It's not professional athletes. It's quite literally just talking and thinking. And older people have a lot to contribute in that area. Here's Deathbird, right? Your grandma and your grandpa have seen a lot of shit because they're like 70 years old. So they've got a lot of perspective. They've been around for a while. But yeah, it's tricky. I think that, again, when their health declines to a point where they can't talk, great example of maybe somebody who shouldn't run, because the job of a politician is to talk. They have to be able to talk. Talk and write. Talking and writing are perfect examples of people doing a great job. But if they can't do those two things, that's it. You're out, you know. But I think the American people are sort of like an age test for the politicians. We're supposed to say, hey, it's nice that you want to run. Maybe let someone else do the job now. You should go retire and live your golden years doing something else. Andrew A. Martin. So, but we can decide that at the ballot box if somebody's too old. Or if not just that they're too old, that they're sort of incapacitated by their age. Senile or something, right? Here it is. But if they actually implemented like an age test, how would that be implemented? You know? You know what I mean? And who gets to set the rules on the age test? That sounds kind of tricky. Also, like, how would that affect somebody who's young, who might be struggling with brain problems? So, right, like, is it just an age problem or is it strictly a brain problem? And then if it's strictly an age problem, what's the cutoff age? 75? What if you got a springy 76-year-old? You know, like, it's very tricky. I don't think there's a simple solution. I think the American voter has to analyze the person in front of them very carefully and decide if they like what they see. Put a chick in it and make her gay. And I want it lame. Ooh, I'm surprised this one didn't sell. Look at that. Beautiful Mew here. That's a 10. Stick a chick in it and make her gay. And I want it lame. Oh my gosh. This is the most expensive one from the whole return. The 125 vintage Brock's Vulpix. Here is a vintage Primeape. Kathleen Kennedy is never going to leave. The witch has single-handedly ruined a money-making machine that was Star Wars. Yeah, and you start to realize something like Star Wars, all it really is, it's a brand. A brand that represents something. The aesthetics, the storytelling quality, the relatable or interesting characters. Darth Vader's such an interesting character, you know? Like, he is relatable in some ways. You know, he's this kid with a bad background, no father. He loves his mother, and then his mother's brutally murdered by this horrible tribe of, like, you know, like whatever the I don't remember what they're called, the Sand People were, but she's murdered in this horrible way, and you know, he's a bad person now because of it. He tips to the dark side. Now he's like obsessed with power, and he's horribly frightened of losing Padme in the same way because he doesn't have anyone. He's got no family. You know, if he loses Padme and his children, that's it. And so he becomes this, you know, worse person. Well, this sort of character progression is very familiar and it's relatable. It makes sense. And he swaps over to being a bad person in order to be strong enough to protect the things he wants. But it's a mistake. The story's telling you it's a mistake. You're not supposed to do that. So, you know, it's very clever. Good story writing, I'd say. And I don't know what I'm supposed to get from Disney Star Wars. Like, I watch Disney Star Wars. I get nothing from that. Ivan says he'll take the Mew. Dang, dude. Here you go, Ivan. You got it all. Oh, right. Spoiler. She isn't stepping down, but is looking for a replacement to carry on her vision. If you haven't seen Star Wars at this point, I can't help you. Wow, guys. I wish I could show you all the slabs that sold today. Do you like the tax slabs? They're good. I like them. I think they're decent. The fact that they've been selling is a good sign, healthy sign. They have a pleasing aesthetic, minimalism. A lot of people question, do you want the blue CGC label or the red PSA label? How about no label? It works. I think it works. I think the aesthetic is very important for slabs. Bringing loved ones back from the dead. I got a kick out of Trump talking about the 170-year-old still receiving Social Security. I question if that's real. So here are my thoughts about the Social Security claim that there's all these people that are like 170 years old. He mentioned there's one person who's older than the United States who's receiving Social Security. So when he said that, like, I went to school for software. Okay, so I got a software engineer degree, a 4-year degree. And that to me says there has been mistakes with setting up the Social Security accounts. It's got to be something like that, like errors. And those people might be real people who are actually eligible to be receiving Social Security, but their accounts might have been set up with a typo. Now, the other possibility is they are scam accounts that somebody in the system set up on purpose, like a fake person. Or maybe the system doesn't kick people out when they have passed away. So that's also possible. But the question then is, do they still get a check? Like, is a check still cut and sent out? And if that's being cashed, then somebody has kind of been committing a type of fraud where they are cashing grandma and grandpa who have passed away. They're still cashing that person's check. That should be considered financial fraud. You can't do that. I mean, I get it. I get why you would want to do it. I mean, I would want to do it, but you can't do that. It's like theft, sort of theft from the government. And so if there's a bunch of that going on, you just got to correct that right away. But that's my thoughts. There's probably some typos that created accounts that are real, but they are just, the age got put in wrong. Maybe you put in the date wrong. There could be fake accounts. That would be very interesting. If somebody was creating fake accounts in the government, we should know who. And then, of course, the last one, someone might just be claiming those checks even though their parents or their grandparents or the great-grandparents have passed away. Very fascinating. All right, so the Zard sold. Dang, you just bought all the cards, dude. Ivan Rodriguez bought all of these. Damn, dude. Tonight's stream brought to you by Ivan Rodriguez. Now, the question is who cashed the Social Security checks? Yeah, and also, did that happen at all? What if it never happened? What if those were just leftover accounts in the system and no checks are being sent out at all for those people? Maybe they've simply looked at the software wrong, because I'm pretty sure it's all ran on software. So there's a possibility that those are people who are still in the system, but they don't even receive checks. And so now the Trump administration is simply claiming that they're receiving checks. So I think I'd need to see a little more evidence that this stuff is real. And by the way, if they did that, if they provided real evidence like images that the checks have been issued, that's outrageous. So I think they should consider going a step further and proving that the checks were really issued and really cashed. And when they prove that, it changes the ballgame entirely. There will be a lot more outrage. But if they don't prove it, there's going to be conspiracy theorists saying they're lying. And they might be right, by the way. You're supposed to report the death to Social Security. Yeah, exactly. And if you don't, maybe there's just been this thing going on in our country where people don't mind not reporting the death. The banks are cashing the checks, depositing the money into accounts with no names attached, money piling up in the bank vaults. That could be it. We don't know. Investing in tags, smart. All right, guys. Well, it is 5 a.m. We have 3.5 hours streamed. We also did our daytime stream, so I think we're sitting good. I feel like this is a great time to wrap up. Tomorrow, we're going to have 2 giveaways that have been donated by Anonymous. He told me to call him Anonymous. So we got the girl booster box. This is just for girls. What you can do is you can claim that you're a girl. And then also, one for the boys. So this is for everyone. Ivan's already on it because today's stream brought to you by Ivan Rodriguez. He bought a lot of slabs today. So tomorrow, 2 giveaways will be worked on and completed. We didn't complete it today because we already had a thing for today, and that was the tag slabs. That's what we were doing. Kind of like an extracurricular thing we do in every stream, right? But tomorrow's stream will be giveaways. Okay, so please be there. Thursday giveaways, guys. Donated. That's not my stuff. Somebody bought that, and that person is donating it to you. Very nice. So if you guys had a nice time, I'm going to be hopping off. And we'll be back on tomorrow. If you haven't smashed the subscribe button, consider it so that you can be pinged by YouTube when I'm going live. YouTube will let you know. You can smash the bell for that as well, by the way. The bell will let you know when I'm going live. We go live pretty consistently each day, but the start time can be kind of random, okay? Now, I'm going to stretch, and I'm going to consider hosting Monster Hunter Wilds now on my other YouTube channel. I have 2 YouTube channels, and so I'm going to try and get a little work done, but I'm going to consider getting Wilds done as well. All right, I'll see you guys later.